we're going to be seeing up next. We got Seika versus Brick, so we got Nier versus Ladiva.
So speaking of Ladiva, we have a lot of Ladivas in this bracket, and this is just yet another one to bring to the table. A lot of people like to sleep on grapplers in general, and I get why, because they do kind of struggle to like get in, but Ladiva is no stranger to being at a top 8 in bracket, so we're going to see if Brick's going to be able to bring this to the table against the likes of Nier.
Let's see it, round number 1. This is the first time I've kind of seen this this teal and emerald Nier as well, right? But brought Brick over to the corner, looking for the triple attack. Now we're just holding you down with a lot of these death specials, able to block out the BC, but still +6 after. But it's all good. We got death on the other side.
Yep. Honestly, the costume choice is pretty cool. Matching the stage a little bit. Got the grass and the blue sky right above. So maybe on purpose, I'm not sure. But we're going to go for the Brave counter to try to get out of that sticky situation, which granted, yeah, you want to do when you're trying to top you. But there's only one more heart on the table for Seika. Going to spend it maybe right here. Oh, Brick's playing patient. I dig it.
Nice. Oh, straight into the super SPD, tossed up against the ropes.
This is such a bad spot for Seika, right? Because you have no BP left. That was over half your health gone. Now pressure is now on Brick. You only have one more use of Nier, and we're spending on SSBA right back at you. We're just spending Skybound Arts like crazy this first round.
Exactly. Ladiva, our queen, but the king with the flower crown still able to seal it out first round with the super. SSBA for SSBA. The Lariat gets BC'd immediately.
All right, coming with the spin. Gonna go for the immediate light right afterwards. Just try to shut down death for just a quick second. Hey, block string pressure's coming up. This is really tough, Jay, because he's just trying to get out of these situations again and again, using 6-6L as like an option.
Ooh, Brick gets caught on the dome here with a jump in, maybe a little bit too late on the anti-air, and now you're eating the volleyball conversions from Seika. 4 hearts left, so we're just going to spend the super immediately.
Tons of damage already applied to Brick in that process. Seika still with 2 BP left to play with in case we see an opportunity. Things are looking very bleak here for Brick. We managed to catch them toes with a crouching light, going to convert into some big combos into a corner carry. Still only one more heart here on Seika. Tries to go for the block pressure, forces out a Brave counter, and now we're coming right back into the tray of things. We can no longer die to chip at this point until death comes back.
Exactly, which is pretty nice for Brick, right? One less win con that you have to worry about. Chopped on the dome, just waiting, trying to get the most of it while Death is still down. Spot down to try and look for a Brave counter, but there's no BP from Brick. But there is a kill from Seika. That's game number 1.
Already off to just a fantastic start. Again, Seika had an opportunity there to try to dispose of that out immediately. The second death was off the table. It was starting to get a little sweaty. And that's exactly what Brick wants to do. Brick wants to make the opponent sweat, make them feel a little bit of fear so they can try to like close that gap, get into them, and get up close and personal and try to get grab. And I love that feint on the third headbutt.
Yep, get into it. Yeah, we saw the third Rekka earlier. You know, a lot of times they'll just stay on Rekka 1, Rekka 2. Really doesn't want to, you know, go for that high risk, low reward option, but kind of policing some of these matches now. I say as we get caught out by the third cancel off of the death special, just using all the hearts immediately to try and get this lead.
Oh, we are clashing for days. We're just going to let it rip. Okay, after the fourth one, after the fourth close to life, we're just going to let that Skybound Art go. Because at that point, you know, I was kind of expecting one of them just to go for like a reversal, not necessarily the Skybound Art, but Brick bet it all.
Yeah, exactly. I was wondering if you were going to see super armor coming out from Brick or a DP coming out from Seika. Maybe Seika just thinking, you know, I'm looking for the clip, but Brick looking for the round. That's a round on the board here.
Okay, Brick just going for that super jump right at the start. Honestly, a jump round start isn't the worst thing in the world because most characters aren't going to do the most damage to you off of an anti-air when they have no meter to spend.
Yeah, exactly. Off of the mid-screen, you know, can be an awkward conversion unless you have some resources behind it, but Brick is building up some resources, but giving it up. You're building up that meter as you're gradually eating a lot of this chip damage, but chip damage not a factor anymore. We have a full counter hit close stage, and maybe a drop there. I think Seika might have been able to kill with 50.
Dude, that was such a good frame trap from Seika, and we're going to get the Skybound Art to finish off the second round. Seika now on set point. You got to remember, this all started because Seika did a frame trap to bait out a Brave counter from Brick, and Brick accidentally doing a Raging Chain instead, Raging Strike rather, and Seika was able to capitalize that with a close heavy for massive amounts of damage.
Yeah, what I've really liked from Seika, right? They have some times where a lot of times these jump-ins are not getting caught with the anti-air, and if they do catch it, it's a little bit too late, right? But sometimes we're also feinting the jump-in to try and bait out that Raging Strike, like you said, you know, with the intention being that Brave counter. But finds a jab on death, catches you right out of the skies. It's not a ton of damage, but the counter hit off of this dodge Raging Strike is going to be quite a bit.
Dude, the first appearance of Raging Strike in the middle of the neutral gets called out by a spot dodge. Seika getting the counter right afterwards and closing out the set. I like the Valiant attempt. Normally when she got that hit, it would just be like a free knockdown, dash up, and you play afterwards. But now she can combo right off of it.
Yeah, the mid-screen wall bounce definitely coming up huge for a few characters in the cast, right? You know, I'm thinking of Anila as well, right? We see a 6-6H and the 2-1-4U as well. So a lot of these characters who play this kind of Shoto box out style, but not able to get a bunch of damage unless they're up against the corner, they're eating pretty well, but let's see it. Game number 1.
Oh, Siero repping the Battle Pass costume, by the way, the red and white from the latest Battle Pass. Always a cool costume to be able to see out here. But now Vidril out the gate, putting Siero into the corner off of that first neutral exchange. This is all that Yuel wants to do, right? Is go into the stance and just play a lot of mix-up and frame trap games against the likes of Cap.
Yeah, it's so tricky, right? Once you're in that stance, you auto-parry a lot of these mids. You know, and if they try and go for the low to try and escape, then you can high crush them into your plus frames. But if you're crushing the HP right now, Siero finds a huge counter hit to put Vidril into the corner.
Chilling back a little bit, some far medium action out here. Oh, gets caught trying to move back, and Siero's gonna be able to capitalize with that. Gets the wall bounce, didn't even need it, and is still gonna be able to shut that down. There was still some more damage in the tank.
Ooh, round start 6XL, my beloved with the counter hit. I wonder if we were looking for a slow counter poke there from Vidril, but, you know, not gonna find the mark.
Dude, she held Enchanted Lands for that long, calls out the spot, the roll in, and gets the hit right afterwards. That's really strong move. We're seeing a lot of reversals coming out from Siero on top of that.
You know the tweet that's like, man, I hate it when I'm right in fighting games and I'm still wrong. You ran up a little bit too early into the DP. You lost a lot of your pressure for it. A 2-1-4 H from downtown straight up into the SBA.
Okay. Gonna be able to get the SSBA out here with a fashion, gets the knockdown again. We're gonna run up and get a jump, trying to force out, or bait out rather, a potential tech grab. But Yuel's really good at being able to back away from like the fight, but it doesn't matter. Siero's gonna be able to still catch it with a close light to shut it down.
Yeah, one of the things, you know, we talked about the stance being super tricky once you have someone up against the corner. In the mid-screen, you know, this 2-1-4U, the, what is it, Anarashi, the retreating movement can be so tricky and can bait out a lot of these whiff punishes. But like you were saying in that first game, we're letting a lot of DPs rock, we're letting a lot of mash outs rock. So I think Siero is trying to slow down this pace a little bit, let Vidril try and go for these double downs, you know, minus frames into DP, and go for these high damage opportunities that they get from being so patient.
Yeah, speaking of being patient, we saw that little back up there from the grab, got the attack off there, and I think that's what Siero's game plan is, right? I mean, this is where Katalina likes to shine. It is playing very passive, waiting for the opponent to overextend in some fashion, and Yuel is going to be more of like the rush down, which is what we're seeing right now from Vidril.
And the EX lunge not quite enough for the wall bounce here, tapped on the dome with the step, but still stuck in stance. Siero again playing it so patient, just looking for the Raging Strike and that spot dodge to put you on set point.
I can't get over how passive Siero's playing, especially there at the end. Was definitely waiting for Vidril to get like frustrated with applying pressure. You saw there were so many times that Vidril was just not able to open up Siero, so went with the Hail Mary Raging Strike, and Siero was just at the ready for, okay, you're gonna go for something very risky. And I saw it, spot dodge, you gotta punish.
There we go. I like that we're representing plus frames into walk-up throw now. Vidril took a little bit of time to realize, okay, you're playing super patient. Let me take advantage of that walk-up of the throw and then force you to either look for a fuzzy tech or maybe even try go for these preemptive buttons.
Okay, some more fireballs out here, blocking some strings, a grab to open you up. This is Vidril's time to shine, right? You now have the pressure on, and you can put them into the corner, but we try it again with another Raging Strike. You already showed your hand before and it got called out, so a second time, Siero's, you know Siero's gonna be at the ready.
Yeah, clean little pickup here. It got you so much corner carry up against the wall. You're in throw range as well, and throw is exactly what we need. Siero takes it 2-0.
Ends it all with a shimmy. Gonna be that set for Siero, gonna be able to move on.
H versus CharCharRealSmooth.
CharChar, no stranger to being in this TNS brackets, playing the Vira extraordinaire. This character is pretty much all about trying to find the win condition through a way to get into install, whether that's going to be the risky command grab or just trying to build up meter and apply pressure right afterwards. Right now, it looks like CharChar doesn't even really need it because playing this rushdown game against him, but gets the command grab because the Ferry was in the way. Very good visual distraction to be able to get the install, and now we're ready to rock.
Setups empty low into the 2L, especially in the install with super right behind it. CharCharRealSmooth. Oh, I actually thought that super was going to kill, but I should have known. Off of the light starters, definitely a lot of scaling.
Okay, JMAMH finally finds a hit, gets a sweep in the process. Brave counters right back. We still have more than 1 health, so we're not going to die a chip until now, so we had to push a button.
All right, first round over to CharChar. Really difficult to try and make your way out of that corner, right? You know, if we get opened up on interactions quickly, we don't have enough to try and super on out. Maybe we can try and leverage some of those ult skills, but no, JMAMH immediately going to the aggressive, but loses all that space off a mash out.
Yeah, JM definitely had to go for that aggressive approach at round start, and it's working wonders for them because it already has CharChar at less than half health with some more pressure. Gets a defense on the Brave counter, but that does leave Char plus by a little bit, so he's able to act first, and we're going to be able to get the install off of the meter.
Yep, install, set Luminaria, or walk up for the throw. So many things to look for on the pressure here once Vira is in that install state, but PC is going to give you a little bit of time to breathe.
We are very hungry for these Raging Strikes, and JM is going to capitalize on that hunger, be able to set out that second round.
We saw the double Raging Strike, and it's not CharChar being like, oh, okay, let me go for something super crazy, wake up Raging Strike. Obviously, we're looking for the double Brave counter, but I like the patience there from JMAMH, right? Just saying, all right, let me give you the opportunity to put yourself in that counter hit state.
And if there's one thing that CharChar is really good at doing in these past tournaments, it's putting out that Luminary to mask the command grab. You're paying attention so much to the projectile that you're not looking at Vira, so you don't see her readying up the command grab.
Yeah, for those of y'all asking, this is the tournament, in-person tournament exclusive skin, and showing it off beautifully, ending it with a DP. CharChar takes game number 1.
Yeah, for a second there, CharChar looks like there might have been like some folding happening after round 2, but the second the command grab landed, it was pretty much over for that final round. Now we're coming into game number 2. Let's see if JM can try to find a way to get through this onslaught coming out. There's a command grab one more time. You saw it right on Luminary. That's when the command grab came out. It kept working, so why not do it? So now that we finally found a discovery, there might be some mix-ups from CharChar.
Yeah, now that we've seen that JMAMH is ready to try and mash on some of these summons, maybe we just do summon into block, wait it out, but no blocks here. You tried to escape the corner, and now you're going to die for it.
I'm not going to lie, Jay. I was not looking at the BP. What happened to CharChar's BP? Where did it all go?
You know, some players like to call what they do when blocking active defense, right? And by active defense, I mean anytime you have the opportunity for the Brave counter like we're seeing, right? We are spending those diamonds immediately. We know we're going to get it back off of the super. We're trying to balance it out and then use it to try and get some more of these opportunities into the corner, and we get the 5U off it too.
CharChar can't keep getting away with this, throwing out the Luminary into one more command grab, another install. What makes that command grab so deadly is you get to keep your meter while in install, and that opens up so many resources for Vira to be able to get it, but it doesn't matter because JM is right now in CharChar's head, going for the spot dodge, baiting out the Brave counter, and is going to finish him off before CharChar even gets the opportunity to spend any meter.
Yeah, that's so huge, right? Going for the close L, it ties up the games, and then close L into spot dodge, right? Because we've seen so many opportunities. CharChar waits for the safe jab, waits for the meaty on wake up, and then immediately goes into BC. So now that that's on the brain, is CharChar going to be a little bit more patient on the... All right, my fault.
Yeah, no, there's no patience. Only wants to play the aggression, and I get it, right? The reason CharChar is spending all this VP on the Brave counters is because it's insanely scary to have a Ladiva up on you. The mix from a Ladiva, that's where her strength lies. When you get a Brave counter, you suddenly put Ladiva at the worst possible position. So I get why CharChar is just spending those.
There we go. 2M into the 5H, walk back off of the clash. This is difficult to try and escape. You have 50 meter, but what ult skill can you use? What can you leverage to try and escape? You also have all your BP. Oh no.
Doesn't matter. You're going to die with that lot. So all three of them vaporized and more to boot here for the next round. Again, CharChar was able to close out that round because of the mass spam of Brave counter, putting Ladiva at such an uncomfortable position from far away. It doesn't matter how much BP you have if Ladiva never gets the opportunity to like open you up.
Yeah, and now I think I was going to say we're ending pressure a little bit more safely, and then we ran up into Ferry summon 5U. But in general, right? Oh, no, never mind. Spot dodge on the BC. No BP to your name. CharChar gets hit one more time by JMAMH. It's going to be a grip.
And going for the dash on top of that road. Oh, that was such a risky gamble, and JM is going to be able to capitalize that. We have full meter. This is most certainly going to be able to get the kill. Yeah, we don't even need it. Just go for the Raging Strike.
Keep it clean to make sure you have the tournament combo conversions, and now we're on last round.
Final round of the set here. They're both going for the Hail Mary. They both went for an EX lunge, but it's going to be CharChar's move that's going to be able to secure that win for that first opener. Now CharChar getting a lot of damage here in the corner. Is going to start to open up with the Luminary. Gets called out by it. CharChar is going to be able to get confirms off of it on top of it.
What?
No
Going straight
way.
through the super armor. I think this is why we haven't seen any of these ult skills. Looking for that 5U on Meaty, just goes straight through the super armor, caught out with the jabs, and you have 2 BP left, 50 meter in the bank. But CharChar, are you going to be able to kill? No!
This is so scary for CharChar now. JM baiting out the Brave counter on top of that. Gonna go from West Coast to East Coast here. JM doesn't have any more meter to play with though, so has to go for some raw wins. Has to win more than one, but we just go for the Wake Up DP. How many times is CharChar gonna do Wake Up DP, and how many times is it gonna work? Because right now we are looking at like almost a 90% success rate. That move looking like tackle. Holy crap, CharChar, I see you. I see you. Bring it out here. Meanwhile, facing off against Vyrmyr with the Siegfried. Gonna see how this is gonna be able to play out, right? So at the gate, Ktang wants to play that little long range game until we get that first knockdown.
Yeah, we also see the immediate EX dash into flip coming out from Ktang, right? He likes to be super tricky, just using that as an approach option. Yes, you're able to counter poke it, but especially once you represent, oh, if I use flip, it might just go over my attempt to try and stuff that button out on the ground. It's, you know, a little bit tricky on what your response is going to be.
Oh my god, the Raging Strike as a punish, so you can't do anything about it. Vyrmyr immediately shutting down Ktang's any sort of momentum that they were trying to build there at the start.
Wait, that is insane, right? Because we usually see the ultimate air flip as a way to try and anti-air, right? You know, go over a lot of these 2H attempts, which, you know, even against Siegfried can be pretty tough because the 2H reach is so high. But going for the Raging Strike to hit on the other side, that was pretty crazy. But Ktang not deterred, still going to bring you over to the corner in round 2.
Yeah, we got these corner combos here on deck. Again, the history kind of repeating itself here from the previous round, but this time Ktang once again gets opened up by the reversal. Vyrmyr on top of things with that messenger. Now, very hungry for the grab. A lot of delayed text, by the way, so Ktang is going to eat a little bit of damage and also stay a little minus in the process.
Ooh, run up for the throw bait, but again, we're just ready for the U-flip every single time. This time, we're just going to let it rock on the 2H. Bring Ktang all the way over to the corner, spend the BP.
Spacing it out. Oh, that was such a good tool from Ktang. I thought for sure was going to get called out by the projectile, but did it a hair too soon, so was able to get behind Siegfried and seal out that second round.
Yeah, that's such a smart response, right? Holding onto the 50 meter, looking for you to try and checkmate off of the ultimate flame wall, but instead just using the slowdown of the ultimate skill to go for that punish. Now we DP out.
Oh, the trickiest of hits. Isn't able to get a confirm, but is still in the driver's seat until Vyrmyr opens up Ktang with a neutral jump medium and is now going to start to get this combo train going. Fireball going to force out a super jump in the process.
There we go. BP for BP, BC for BC. Just trying to hold on to our turn here, but Vyrmyr down to 1 bravery point, 1 diamond in the bank. Ktang going to do the same, spend it on the Raging Strike.
Dude, insanely good reactions coming out from Ktang, recognizing that the command grab was coming out of the Rekka series, just went for the jump and it was able to get the follow-up. Oh, no punish because we're a little bit too far away. I love the spacing coming out from Vyrmyr to make it safe right afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, we're spaced out so far after the 6XL, which changes up the pressure, had to dash in to keep up the buttons, but Vyrmyr just lets the DP rock. We are out of there for game number 1.
Ktang saw what happened to them and was like, okay, I'm going to go for a dash and grab twice. Maybe this will work. And no, it was not able to get that seal at that deal. Finally baiting out a messenger. That's going to be Ktang sending a message of their own over to Vyrmyr and opens up one more time. History, again, this is what's been happening a lot of these beginning rounds. The Ktang gets the opening gambit, but then the DP from Vyrmyr is what opens Ktang up.
Oh, awkward there. Maybe a little bit too early in the frame kill setup to go for meaty close age, but either way. All right, EX Flame Wall to try and get some space here on the screen. Empty Orkin into the 2M.
And Vyrmyr's spending a lot of cooldowns on the EX ready because he just super wants to just keep that pressure right afterwards. Wants to keep looping the pressure, but Ktang just keeping their cool, keeps blocking, finds an opening, and seals out that first round.
Ooh, immediately taken to the skies. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of, forward ground approaches from Ktang, so I was wondering when we were going to try and swap it up. No flip for the round start, just super jump. Now we caught you on the other side, up against the wall. Vyrmyr already down to 50%.
Ktang having a very fun time in the air, by the way, because Vyrmyr not really capitalizing on those anti-airs. Again, against the likes of Narmaya, it's scary because she has tools to be able to mix up how she's going to land down on the ground, but Vyrmyr can just reversal it.
And Ktang just slices through, barely any health taken, and quickly ties it up one apiece.
The pressure from Ktang is out of this world. The second they get Vyrmyr into the corner, it is just pretty much Vyrmyr praying that a DP lands.
Just spend all the EX immediately. I see you. I mean, as Narmaya, right? You have like 7 EX cooldowns. You might as well. Send out the EX Setsuno, then run up for a little close range pressure. Not able to get too much off of it here, but Perry's going to fall on deaf ears. Vyrmyr finds the hit.
Yeah, very interesting thing to note is that, like you said, Narmaya has so many different cooldowns because of the swapping between the stances, so it's not a problem for her to just spam an EX. It's like, whatever, I'll just switch forms, I'll get the EX back, but we finally get an anti-air off of the tools. That's going to be a big one to seal out the round. Vyrmyr was just keeping their cool, waiting for Ktang to go for that approach as we're starting to figure out what this Narmaya wants to do.
Yeah, I think game number 2, right? Ktang showed a lot of, good ground approach and good, run-ins on the grounded normals, which made it so that, like you mentioned before, right? A lot of the anti-airs, when we did finally take to the sky, Vyrmyr wasn't ready for. Now we're returning to what won us that game number 1. Vyrmyr, just a little bit too late. We delayed the ultimate flip to go past to the lay 2H.
And now Ktang one more time, putting Vyrmyr here into the corner, potentially for the final time, baits out the Brave counter grab as a punish. Could have gotten something a little bit more, but that's okay. We at least spent one of those BP resources. We opened them up. We've got meter to spend and BP to boot. This might be the round. Ktang just needs one more swing, gets it. Yes, sir. Routing perfection. Be able to shut that down.
The double ultimate Setsuna. I really wasn't sure with the scaling, but still able to kill, and we're going to send it one more time. Final game, final round. We run up on the plus frames from 2M.
Already starting off strong here in the pools, going to final rounds both times. Ktang now has a little bit of neutral. I love that poke from Vyrmyr. Just stick out that toe, catches the feet, low to open you up, and now Ktang on the defensive.
Ooh. Slash on through, we find the 5M counter hit, but awkward spacing to try and get something off of it. Not going to fall for the throw bait, but we are going to fall for the throw.
Digging that command dash too, because definitely finding out that it was going to be a grab. Vyrmyr did not relent. Now we're just spending Brave counters back and forth. We're trying to steal our turns, cutting each other in line as we go straight right back to neutral. Gets the far hit, converts it into a raging chain, has some corner combos to spend, but we might not have enough meter to be able to finish it off. Messenger, get off of me!
Yeah, that was awkward looking for the knockdown there, right? We were stuck at 49% meter, so no ways to try and link and route into the ultimate Setsuna knockdown. Now we have plus frames off the flip, caught out with a 2M post-scramble. Vyrmyr has all the meter in the world, but doesn't finish the job, but we do block out the DP, and close L moves you on to the next round. 2-1 over Ktang.
No stranger to top 8s out of TNS.
Absolutely. Let's see it. Average grappler versus Djeeta. And I think it's like you were mentioning, right? The general opinion of Djeeta, despite her not really getting anything particularly crazy in the patch changes, has gone up and up. Yeah, exactly. I feel like the foreshadowing of Gamera still playing this character in JP was like, oh, she's probably still good. Having SD picks her up. A lot of other folks, looking for secondaries, like, oh, let's try out Djeeta. And then they were like, wait, 2-1 for you? This safe combo starter Rekka with all the corner carry in the world is pretty good.
I like to compare Djeeta to Gran in terms of, like, she doesn't deal as much damage as Gran. She still certainly does, but she has a way better, like, far-reaching normals than Gran, is able to capitalize on the neutral a little bit more than him.
Absolutely. All right, taking to the skies, so nothing just follows you with the jump. No BP available for Saltz, but you have a full 100 meter.
And you're going to be able to cash that out immediately, showing us the heart kick to the jaw, saying, I don't care about your stocks. Ladiva stocks are also up lately.
All right, nothing with the first round here. Yeah, Saltz getting a little aggressive with trying to, bring some of these block string situations back with the Brave counter, but I think same for nothing, right? We had the opportunity to BC you into the corner, and we might as well.
Might as well just go for that reversal on top of that, right? You're stuck in the corner. Might as well just throw it out there, especially against the likes of Ladiva, who loves being up close. I love that jump, recognizing that Nothing was very hungry for the command grab to open up Saltz, and is now going to pay the ultimate price by taking so much damage, and we're just challenging.
Walk it out, walk it back with the delay, close L, but off of the attempt at the running grab. No, we're just going to go right on through with the UDP.
Yeah, Saltz was able to actually avoid that because they were already just crouching, which goes underneath the little arm hit. And that's okay because we get another grab. Looking for potentially another one, but no, we're just letting the SSBA rock into the ring. Raw? I don't know how much. Is this damage? Is this gonna? No, there's no way, right?
With 1 BP down, no, I don't think it quite kills, but still basically in throw range, but no SBD to be found. Still not able to kill off the Rekka. Looking for the chip damage situation, and a double ultimate fireball ties up the rounds.
Dude, for like a second, Nothing was actually going to be able to live that purely because Ladiva has so much health compared to the rest of the cast, but didn't matter when chip is on the table and Saltz has the meter to spend it on the chip.
Yeah, smart to do the double ultimate fireball, right? You're scared to try and jump on over in case they go for that checkmate situation. Finds the close H, but no, gonna drop the combo, unfortunately. Runs in the jump empty throw.
We can't be dropping those when you're in game one of winner's side, and we're going to be able to get called out by the reversal. Nothing going to be able to capitalize on that. Going to go for the refund right afterwards. Raging Strike into the SBA, puts you into the corner, kick in this cheek, and now Saltz has to get out of this corner.
There we go, send the EX Fireball, super jump to try and bait out an anti-air. Lands on the other side, so we're just stuck here brawling at the mid-screen, finds the jump in straight into the super.
Dude, Saltz just knows when Nothing wants to go for the command grab. It's always going to be after that far light, walks up and goes to the command grab. Saltz always going for the neutral jump and gets the lowering heavy right afterwards. And now we're stuck here in the corner. A grab could finish it off. Definitely on the table here. Not from you, though!
Right, throw off the single rep. We're just going to let the EXDP rock. It worked once. We'll do it again. Saltz takes game number 1.
If there is something I am noticing at this TNS, it is that people are reversaling on Wake Up like crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the nerves. They're trying to fight to make it into top 16, over into the top 8. These pools matches have definitely been aggressive on the defense.
Yeah, something must be in the water here, and it's certainly not Dasani. And Saltz coming right back in, getting a grab, pushing Nothing over here to the right side of things. More damage. I love that bait right there. It was definitely trying to bait out the grab, right? Ran up, got the old fireball, was able to open up Nothing, and now Saltz is still on the offensive with the pressure. Look at this walking back and forth. Nothing's not giving an inch.
Yeah, and 100 meter between both of them. Tries to look for the Brave counter, but Nothing just takes to the skies, baits it out into the Raging Strike. And now, speaking of the diamonds, we're going to take your last one. No BP available from Saltz, but it still leaves you with a little bit of health left post-super.
Yeah, 50% additional damage is going to do a number on you. And then another grab after the dash light block. Win your plus, expecting like a far light or something because you're plus, right? But he goes for the grab and finishes off the round.
Ooh. Okay, I like the use of the lariat there, just going for the anti-air. Also gets us a little bit of corner carry. Now your back's up against the wall, but we just do walk back 6-6L. Back over to the mid-screen.
Yeah, getting a lot of mileage of that dash slide. Oh, I love the reach on the far heavy, catching the jump on its way back down.
Oh, speaking of getting caught on the way back down, no full confirm off of the punish DP. Tried to go for 6XL, but maybe just needed to dash up pixel further. EC to escape.
Yeah, Nothing couldn't get the confirm because they're just a hair too far away from Saltz. But now Saltz has no more BP, so neither does Nothing. This is very scary. Whoever gets hit next could potentially die because of the full meter on the table.
Said, right, we're letting the EXDPs rock today. Caught in the air off of the air fireball, but not quite able to air unlockable yet. Spend the 50, do it again, but we're going to super armor headbutt right on through.
These players are not respecting each other.
Stood right into it. Maybe tried to interrupt, but nothing stopping your momentum and tying it up 1-1.
Like, they both just want to play so hyper aggressive. They want to be able to take it as their turn. Too far away for that Brave counter to be able to go in. Saltz going to be able to get that crouching medium to open up Nothing here as in the opening gambit.
Saltz is just like me for real. I'd be matching DP too. The FBI, NSA, and the CSI could not get that out of me. I'm not going to lie. What's good, Kyo?
Oh, okay, now we're playing page. Okay, now we're just sitting there staring at each other. So who's going to let the reversal go first?
Yeah, we're on Coliseum. We have these base Granblue characters, the footies that we know and love, but no, instead we're going to find Poke into the Raging Strike, all the way over to the corner with all the corner carry you need off of EX Rekka.
There we go. Nothing finding that opening, forcing out one of Saltz's BP, a very valuable resource on top of that. Only has one left to go. Nothing is playing rock like crazy. We are just sitting here waiting for Saltz to overextend something. And because he's backing off so much, Nothing is actually able to escape out of the corner bit by bit. And just like that, we got out.
Ooh. Oh, not quite able to get the wall bounce there. Would have been able to kill with 100 meter, but speaking of 100, we have so much for nothing. Tries to go for the step kick, but no meter usage to be found. It's ultimate fireball, putting Saltz on set point.
Saltz was so, oh no, another reversal. Nothing going to get that close heavy to start things off. We don't have enough meter to be able to get too much damage, but that certainly is a lot on top of the corner carry. Frame trapping out their respective Brave counter because we recognize that Saltz wants to play so hyper aggressive. Saltz wants to get out of this corner right here, right now, and I'm spending the Brave counter whether you like it or not.
Close age into the super, all the damage you need, just a sliver pre-kick, and now it's final game, final round once again.
There is just no way here. Another final round, and it's just pools, bro. It's just pools.
We're fighting for our lives here. We're trying to stay alive in the winner's side. We do not want to go into the shark-infested waters of losers bracket, but one round away, docks the lariat and finds the 2L punish.
Saltz is getting so much mileage out of these lariat punishes. All you have to do is just go for the crouching and be able to start up things here on Nothing. And once again, Nothing stuck here in the corner. Runs right back up though, recognizing that Saltz was going to play a little bit more reactive there. In solid opening, was able to escape it and also put Saltz into the corner themselves with a unique grab.
Yep. Full corner starter to,
oh no!
Okay, with the super, but it was a reset set up into the close L. Saltz not ready for it. Nothing takes it 2-1.
Was that all according to plan?
You know,
there's
the
no way.
immediate
There's no way.
afterwards had me thinking.
Top, and so now it's not a shocker now to see Niers fighting off against each other. And this is a quite the matchup, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I think character selection has been an interesting thing to keep track of since the release of Rising, right? A lot of, decent amount of Niers dropping the character for Siegfried 4-6, right? And then a decent amount of other characters swapping over to Nier even post-nerf. So I'm excited to see it. Game number 1, Bepaw gets caught out by the swing.
Yeah, he's just going to go for that jabs on top of the block string, just trying to do something. Ooh. But hey, you know what? EX apparently beats ults when it comes to death, and that's how Zenkos is going to be able to capitalize with the red Nier.
Yeah, that was curious. I was really thinking that the ultimate slowdown would catch you out there, but speaking of caught out, empty low on the way down here. Bepaw evens out the life lead and goes for another 50-50. Caught on the toes. No way he goes for it twice in a row.
That is like the Bepaw special, right? Is anytime you have the opponent up in the air, we're going for the jump, and like while death's on screen, you have to pay attention to death and Nier. Doesn't matter even if you play the character or not, and just go for the crouching medium right afterwards to open them up.
Ooh. All right, finally showing the overhead option. Says, all right, we're not just going to go low every single time. It's the rule of threes in fighting games right now. BC for BC. We're seeing all of our favorite Granblue interactions here. But not quite ready for the Raging Chain and gets caught out by the ultimate death turn.
Curious that Bepaw didn't want to go for the Raging Chain follow-up right afterwards. We had the meter ready to rock, and if Bepaw went for it, that would have been the round. But is the 25 meter that important to save?
I don't know. Maybe he just did it a little bit too early and it ate the inputs. But speaking of, we're going to eat that DP down back and go for a full punish off 2M.
Man, I'm always curious whenever I see something like that, because it happens a lot at higher level gameplay because people want to save their 25 meter, right? Because what happens if they don't brave counter because they didn't? But geez, we just still got the win. Bepaw's on screen for a reason with this Nier, showing that one of the best to do it. Originally started with the Ferry, mind you, but now kind of co-mains the characters, more on the side of Nier though.
Little whiff on the 6XL. Tried to delay something, maybe looking to catch out a fuzzy tech, but no, we're just waking up with the 5L. Bepaw says, no, this is my corner now.
Okay, a lot of sweeps, a lot of crouching mediums coming out from both characters, trying to open up the other opponent. Bepaw putting out the fatal waltz block strings of the ult variety on top of that. Death is just swinging for the fences, and Zenkos cannot get out of this pesky situation until now.
Oh my god, you ate so much health trying to escape the corner, and now any 5L from Bepaw should be able to confirm the kill, but 2M, I guess he didn't have Death Stocks ready to try and kill. Clash off the 5H into the death turn, just send it out for set point.
The second Zenkos' health was that low, Bepaw knew exactly what the win con was. He's like, I'm going to chip you out. I'm going to get the chip. I have enough meter to be able to do it. On top of that, now Bepaw, again, like you said, on set point, opens him up. Wasn't ready for the conversion, though. Was definitely expecting a block.
Expecting the block, but all we got was the walk back, walk forward. The footsies we know Granblue for. I like the use of the preemptive 5L, just trying to catch out the death turn. Put her down for a few seconds, but already back up here for Bepaw.
They'd be able to get the confirm with death over here in the corner, eating up so much damage in the process. Zenkos needs a lifeline or something, because we got chip kill range. We had to go for misfortune to get out of this corner, but this is very scary because one special on block will end Xeno, so we have to play very far away, let death take the front lines here. Brave counter to open up death, and then the farmium be able to shut down the set. Bepaw 2-0 in a handshake.
Yeah, you really didn't have to take a lot of risks to try and close out that match. So I like how when we got the knockdown post-super, I'm sure they have a lot of experience going into this matchup, going into game number 1.
They most certainly do, especially when they won Paragon line number 18, getting a first place with Zooey. So definitely can do it, trying to pull on the chains of like Diaphone's old character with this one. And now Synn coming right back in, baits out the misfortune with the close light, because there is that option select where you can spot dodge right after activating it and get a punish right afterwards.
They have spot dodge OS into the dust loots. We're looking guilty gear now for Synn. 50% HP already down from Lazy Ruin and taking a lot of chip damage off of this. And the spinning splash just goes right on over the death turn. And we avoid any attempt to grab back with the run up TK Lightning. I can't even keep up with what Synn's doing right now.
So Synn just wanted to run over Lazy Ruin with a truck, apparently, because that's exactly how that round started, right? Didn't even get Lazy Ruin a chance to like kind of quantify what was going on, but now that the first round is done, you know, now we can start to mix up a little bit here. Lazy Ruin now putting up a little bit more of a fight here in the neutral, but the second Synn gets Lazy Ruin into the corner, this is where the loops start to begin.
Oh man, that's unfortunate, right? We were playing spaced out to try and look for that close H or that far H. We got the hit, but because we were so spaced out, not able to quite get the JU. Tries to sweep on through, but on hit, able to meterless confirm with the Raging Strike.
Dude, from that far away, close heavy gonna be able to find its mark. Synn in danger of getting chipped out, and that's exactly what's gonna happen when you're doing a one-on-one against Death herself. It is pretty much donezo.
Yeah, that's so scary, right? Again, you know, it's like we saw from Bepaw at that chip damage situation. We just do jump back into the JU, put Death right on top of you, and threaten chip damage, and threaten the counter hit punish here off of Spout dodging the Raging Strike.
Yeah, that's actually a very common setup for a lot of Niers, is to be able to throw at Death with the ominous turn, immediately go in with the Raging Strike while you're so focused on this big puppet character, and Synn was already at the ready.
Immediately running over with the spinning slash. Trying to look for the sweep, trying to look for the 2M, which is so good to try and stop that approach. But Lazy Ruin gonna get caught out on the toes here. 2M for Synn into the full pickup is game number 1.
And you know what's actually scary is Dash Light 6XL is not one of the greatest tools you can do against Nier. Like, yes, it's really good for being able to close the distance and stuff, but when you do 6XL, you lose access to be able to go for the parry OS. You can't spot dodge out of an SSL. 6XL, I mean.
Yeah, exactly, right? So in those situations, right, where you have those mid-screen knockdowns where the only way you're able to, you know, get enough space and actually put a meaty on them is that 6XL, like you're saying, you lose the opportunity to try and bait out that, you know, or OS, the reversal, so you really got to bank on it. Banking all that meter to try and keep the pressure on, but Synn gets caught out of the spot dodge.
Okay, now we're blocking here. We have a shield for a reason. We're going to try to let it rock. Goes for the Brave counter because we weren't at the ready. We weren't pushing any buns, so we weren't able to get the anti right afterwards. But Synn to be able to open up Lazy Ruin a little bit. Going to spend it on the SSBA. We're turning into a Centaur here, but too far away to trigger the animation.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to get a little bit of extra damage there, but speaking of, all we need is one more hit for the chip damage. Synn so scared of any of these specials, so now we're taking to the skies, double 6-6H, so it actually recovers a little bit faster because we whiffed it entirely. Lazy Ruin not ready for him to do it one more time.
Synn just having the options ready to go when you were at chip kill range, right? When you're at chip kill, you have to play a little bit more like at the ready. You can't afford to play patient, right? And having the tool that is 6-6H allows you to be able to guard point through it without taking any chip damage. That's exactly how Synn was able to abuse that and get that win on round 1.
Nice, and again, back up against the wall, right? We do the ultimate death grips to bring you... we don't quite get the side swap, but we get all the damage we need to close out the round. Lazy Ruin staying alive.
Who needs a side swap when you get the win, am I right?
Yep. Swapping up the momentum for sure. Able to put something on the board here. Jumps back and is able to punish the spinning slash 2 with a full confirm. Lazy Ruin. Okay, firing on all cylinders.
Very aggressive from both these players, but now that Synn's recognizing they're stuck in the blockchain, playing very passive. But if you notice, Lazy Ruin spent a lot of their hearts for that opening, right? Only having 3 left, that's only 3 more summons of death. But also on top of that, on the flip side, the less number that is, the more damage SPA is going to be able to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
so
my
we're
God.
looking for the DC War. Spot dodge right on through. Synn says, no, I'm good. Chilling out, double 2L, still able to full confirm off of the counter hit. You have 100 meter behind it too.
No BP. You're taking 50% additional damage on top of this. Eat this laser. That might kill. No, we're still alive. Lazy Ruin is hanging in there for dear life. The chip kill is definitely on the table. Having death has to go for a immediate jump. Synn stopping her in the tracks with that crouching light. Catching the feet and taking the set. Karaoke bar, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Alrighty. Coming back in here for the first round here. Off to the start, the races with the crouching heavy on the jump. Coach Steve also opting to go for the Belial this time around. Very Shoto-esque character that has a lot of tools in his kit, opting to go with a parry as well as a command grab to be able to open up the opponents.
Is this Belial skin Vern? Like Gran's like little companion, the little orange dude?
Yeah.
That is, you know, it's a cool skin. I won't say it's my favorite color palette, and I won't say that Coach Steve is having the best time trying to escape this Nier pressure, but still able to knock death off of the screen for just a little bit. So taking the opportunity to run the pressure and gets BC'd out.
Oh my God, the ult Fatal Waltz to apply some block string pressure, and now going to open you up even a little bit longer. Inochi off to a great start with round number 1. That was kind of scary though, because Inochi was out of BP there.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be a little bit brave when there's no BP on the tank, right? You know, you can't hold any of this pressure. You die to any of the next hits, so sometimes you got to turn it up to 200. Has the meaty claws.
Yeah. Another brave counter to open you up one more time. Inoki once again getting a grab, puts Steve into the corner. Has to go for a brave counter himself to try to apply pressure. And another, this is a brave counter battle. We are just constantly swapping up whose turn it is. Optimal.
Off of the swipe. That's game number 1 here over to Inochi.
Yeah, so with that reversal, right, you can go for the crouching heavy on the way down to get the guaranteed counter hit afterwards. If you wait for the second swing, you get a punish, but the counter will always be sweeter.
All right, DC on out, able to super jump yourself back to the mid screen. So now we toss you right up into the corner, and we're going to throw right through the armor as well.
Dude, that is 3 grabs now. Do I see our 4th? No, we're going to be able to back off there for just a second, but Coach Steve already out the gate trying to delete death in the process, but now we're stuck here in the corner back against the wall. What's going to be the option?
There we go, finds the death turn, but death, oh, just a little miscalibrated on the GPS, finding herself on the other side of the screen, and Inochi finding themselves getting caught out by the super. Still 1 HP in a dream.
Oh my God, the constant amount of spot that just because you have to, because chip kills on the table, but we got a far heavy, we got an SSBA. There's no way, is this gonna kill? Oh my God.
After Coach Steve couldn't finish the job, just barely a little HP left for Nier, but able to get the backdash. 2 spot dodges, a backdash, and a dream. Inochi on set point.
Cannot believe this, Inoki running so far away with that victory. Far light to be able to stuff out that approach again. This could be a set victory for them. They win one more round. Steve's got to pull something out here.
All right, triple attack, has the DP right behind. DC out, barely any health to your name. 50% down, all the plus frames in the world off of the ultimate death turn, so we EX DP out.
Okay, applying a lot of chip damage there. Finally finds an opening off of that close light. While going to be able to apply a lot of damage here in the table and has a little bit of Oki setup here. Runs up, tries to go for the grab. We're in the block string setup. Brave counter to get off there, but now we are out of BP on both sides here. Inoki with the beginning of that turn. Good spot dodge from Steve. We have to block everything here.
Yep, no BP, barely any hearts. What's in the heart of the cards?
Oh, we're letting it rip. And we got the kick. Steve's like, you SSBA me? I'm gonna SSBA you. Taking all of that damage and getting the kill. Steve finally putting a point on the rounds, but doesn't mean anything if you can't get one more on top of it.
Exactly, looking to try and tie it up. We have a little bit of time before that round number 3. How are we going to keep up the momentum here for Coach Steve? We walk back, avoid the 2M. Now we're looking for these plus frames off of the Goisha.
Oh, activating the parry right there with the falling jump kick. Gonna see what we're gonna be able to bring to the table one more time. A brave counter, just open them up. This is how this has been playing out a lot. They're both just kind of going for the brave counters on the guaranteed setups, not trying to guess it, not trying to get the frame traps off of it, only when it's like an active hitbox.
Yeah, and I like the spaced out 6-6H. Awkward situation to try and punish. You know, it is -8, right? But you're so far away, you're scared if they're going to be looking for that counter poke right behind. And counter BC, 1 diamond apiece. Caught out with the far H. Coach Steve, 100-meter in the bank. It should be more than enough to kill with the super.
Steve is starting to find that momentum he needs with this character, evening up the score here in this final game of a race to 2. This is going to be real clutch here for Steve if he can try to bring this back. But Inochi wants to end the set right here, right now.
Go, throw to put you into the corner. Death all the way on the other side. No unsummon required. We dodge right through the EXTP.
Another brave counter just to get you off of it. A little bit too far away for the grab. Misfortune to open you up one more time. So we are backing away. And I gotta tell you, Steve's getting away with a lot of jumps in this set. Inoki's not getting those anti-airs.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of damage when we're able to stop the approach from the ground. But like you're saying, right, can't even escape to try and jump out. And Inochi is back on set point.
Inochi, this is tough. You got to be able to close this out here before Steve gets that momentum yet again. This is exactly what happened the previous game. Steve with the opening and gets the counter hit off of the close light, was able to get it confirmed into some corner carry, corner pressure, corner combos. Gonna save that meter, tries to go for the old claw. Gonna have to chill back for a second.
Both of them slowing it down. Death down for a few seconds, but Coach Steve not trying to be too antsy and get caught on the approach. But now you're caught up against the wall. Back into the corner, jump in immediately. BC'd out. Air block, but no, yeah, the time you take falling means you're not able to get a punish.
That was just kind of like an awkward situation to be a part of here. Now Inochi has plenty of death summons left here in the tank to be able to get something out, but Coach Steve gets a 6XL, converts it into a Raging Chain, has another one on top of that 50-meter left to play with. I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill of it, but he spent a lot of meter in the process. All he needs is the grab, and that's exactly what he's going to be able to find there in the corner. Final round of the set yet again. My heart can't take it, Jay.
Dude, it's terrifying. We've seen so many final rounds. Now we're fighting for our life here. Take to the skies. No, tried to go for 2M to catch you on the way back down, but sweeping the floors is not enough. The jump in is clean. Up against the corner, Coach Steve, all the meter in the world.
Frame trapping the brave counter, going to be able to put you right back into the thick of things. Builds up meter just in time to be able to get the refund on the Raging Strike. And Inochi's going to be taking one hell of a hit here. He's going to have to find a way to get out of this corner.
Steve spent the meter on it, so we're going to spend the meter in turn and go for that UDP. We send out with a JU, Death between you and me.
You guys, probably Death's first appearance here in this round, right? We still got 11 hard to play with. The Coach Steve is definitely going to start to play passive here until we find an opening and get rid of Death there temporary. Oh, big punish, baits out the Misfortune and shuts down the set. Inochi was one round away from taking this set, but Coach Steve ends up finishing it off. 2-1 victory. He's going to find his way into the top 16 side of things on the upper side of the bracket.
That we see, you know, maybe making our way on through, making our way to our next match again. Kill versus Yozamitsu.
Yo, my fault. Kilvenz actually on the 6 this time around, representing the Luminary Knight over here. Yozamitsu going to be with the Belial, the character we just saw. Now, 6 is a character that if you've been watching Granblue since the beginning of Rising, you should be no stranger to. This character was rampant in the first couple of months.
Yeah, not able to get quite as much mid-screen off of certain specials, you know, with the combo limit coming into play. But still, once you're up against the wall, that pressure is just as scary as it's ever been. So many things to try and reaction check and look out for. And now Rekka up against the wall here. Raging Strike should be able to seal it out.
Yeah, able to open up that neutral, by the way, by going for the empty hand in the air. That aerial projectile is such a strong tool in his kit. Even though he even got nerfed afterwards, it's still insanely good.
Make our way out of the corner. We mash on out with a little far L. Not able to get too much because Yoza is willing to spend the BP to keep you locked down. But now, because you spent a decent amount of it, right, we're taking a little extra damage as we bring ourselves over to this other corner.
They're backing off a little bit there. A little bit of afraid of a grab. I mean, at that point, walking away from Belial is kind of scary, right? Because he has access to the crouching medium, which is a very long range, you know, low, but it doesn't even matter because Kilvenz just shut down anything Yoza was even trying to do that whole set. Kilvenz barely with a scratch.
Yeah, clean first game there, sealing it out. So Yozamitsu, what is the response? We tried to be a little bit more aggressive and then gets BC'd out, you know, trying to use a lot of these bravery points to go for these early advantages, but I wonder if we're gonna play a little slower, play around it, but no confirm off the 5H.
Yoza finally here in the driver's seat in the corner, putting Kilvenz a run for their money, right? Had to go for the parries multiple times, still has access, but compared to Nier's parry, you can't OSs. Once you activate that parry, that is a guaranteed hit.
Yep. There we go. Pick up off of the close L anti-air, straight into the super. Not going to be able to kill, but it does put you down one of these VPs and puts you in throw range as well.
Coming right back down, another Brave counter to help us get out of like a tricky situation because Kilvenz struggling here now because of that late tech, puts you into chip kill range. Very scary situation to be in, but that's okay because Kilvenz got the meter, got the combo. That I understand. If that would have landed, that could have been the round.
Yeah, so it's funny that we saw the attempt at the spot dodge on the empty hand from Yozamitsu. Tries to mash after, but maybe just a little bit too late. And, you know, got counter hit off of it, but looking for the Raging Strike, able to seal the round out off of that spot dodge. But now you got to fight your way back out of the corner once again, right? Waiting for this 50 meter to come back up. Ooh!
Gets him one more time. Some more combo damage coming out here from Yoza. Now we're going to see what block shakes out. There's that crouching medium I was talking about, right? Really good at being able to catch lows if you're not looking for it. Plus, it's plus on block. It's a very demanding tool coming out from Belial. And I cannot believe we went for that. That is insane. Kilvenz coming up with an SBA. Shut down that last BP that Yoza had, as well as put him into a very bad spot to get killed out by the 6-claw execution EX style.
Yeah, it's terrifying to try and make your way back on out, right? Especially when, like you said, Belial is able to rotate a lot of these opportunities for plus frames off of the 2M, 66H, you know, and the EX cooldowns as well. But Kilvenz not afraid to let the SBA rock and escape the corner for it as well. That's one BP down for Yoza.
You're gonna be able to parry right through it. What a clash, but Kilvenz is gonna be at the advantage there because he was already airborne. Could easily just stick out the toe with the aerial jump light. And now we're coming right back into things. Accidental cross up, that's okay because we got the hit and more combo damage coming your way.
Tossed up into the corner here. Yoza still very down on the HP, but has 100 meter to try and reverse this life lead. Catches you out to try and put out the Gate of Demons, but no fireball here. Now your HP is on fire after the super.
Sending all the spikes and the needles towards you, opening it up super hard this time around. Only one more BP in the docky here for Kilvenz. Has to on that resources, find your own way out of the corner. That's exactly what we're gonna be able to do. Spend it on the 3001 talent. Kilvenz shutting down that momentum once again and taking home the set 2-0. Is gonna solidify himself a spot in top 8 of winner's side. In all honesty, I feel like it's going to be on Fuselit to be the one that kind of plays more passive, more defensive in this round.
Yeah, I'm curious. So I think both of these characters, right, have to spend 50 meter to try and escape each other's pressure. I wonder what Ladiva really has to stop Fuselit going for that Soul Forge, right, and being able to empower himself with a lot of the armor on the follow-up.
And also on top of that, both these characters can kind of abuse the... Oh no, that was scary. The Savage Rampage right in front of Nothing, hoping for Nothing to just commit to an option, gets the far heavy, opens up for the combo starter with the Soul Forge on top of that, gets a command grab, not enough to get the kill. We already jumped. We knew it was... Oh,
what was that, 66M? Does that just take to the skies with a little buff flop?
It wasn't even a jump. It was just the innate dash attack that put him into the air. Oh my god.
That's insane, bro. I'm scrolling on Dust Loop. I see hilarious and hilariously unsafe as the captured, right? But when you know that the reversal options coming out from Nothing are both going to be these 100 meter command grabs, run up meaty 66M is not a bad idea to close out the round.
Yeah, not at all, especially on the likes against the Diva. Oh, we are jumping like crazy back and forth. And both these characters do have a command grab, but there's one thing I did want to note is that you can actually capitalize on both these characters only having their fastest normal being a frame 6, right? Majority of the cast is a frame 5 normal, so you can get away with like more stuff on these characters so that you can play a little bit more overzealous on the block strings.
Yeah, we got Soulforge available. Stomp the yard, one stomp to the throw, and that's Fuselit with the first game.
Just the one stomp this time. One stomp this time. Get the grab. And now we're going to come into this second game here. Nothing needs to take a breather here. Try kind of, you know, see what we can do for this next round.
Yeah, it's funny to think of, you know, Vaseraga the way he's portrayed in Granblue versus what I've heard about him in the lore, right? Apparently in the actual gacha game, he's a chill dude. You know, he's got some post-war memories, but like otherwise he's chilling out. Honestly, he could be a cha-cha slide kind of gamer, but anyway, back into versus. We got game number 2.
Homie looks daunting as hell, but he's like one of the nicest guys out there, dude. He's just he's concerned for his friends at all times. He's been through the ringer, and that's exactly what he's going to bring that experience towards the ring this time around. And going in, so opening up that game immediately with the command grab.
Vaseraga is just a cool dude who cares for everyone but nothing apparently, because stuck up against the corner, already 50% down, 50% spent on the ultimate headbutt just to get put right back up against the wall.
Oh, Raging Strike to open up. Fuselit eats up that last VP on top of that. So much damage, and also losing a very valuable defensive resource, which Vaseraga desperately needs unless he has Soulforge.
Walk back, down back, scared of the meter, but the ultimate stomp.
They're responding in kind, going for the Battalions of Fear. We're just spending meter like crazy. Grabs you immediately, tosses you behind to get that round win. They were both just trying to like throw all of their reversal options on top of each other immediately.
Yeah, you can tell both of them were being so respectful, right? They said, all right, I got 50 meter, you got 50 meter. Let's slow it down a little bit. The first blue screen flash happened. They were like, all right, you're right, we're swinging.
Hey, Fuselit. It was a really good instinction use, right, on that ult, because it gave him the opportunity to equip that Soulforge, which is going to make all of his hits have like 3 hits of armor whenever he's in the stance, which is very valuable, as well as the far heavy.
Yeah, it's so scary, right? I really don't know what Ladiva is supposed to be able to do to try and stop the Soulforge. But yes, dying seems to be the option. Nothing could do.
Training partners duking it out. They're probably still in a Discord call right now talking smack to each other.
Probably. I'm wondering if they deafen or if they're just like, all right, you know what? We got to fight for our lives. One of us has to go into these shark-infested waters of the loser's bracket. And like you said, our final top 8 qualifier on the winner's side.
Yeah, Coach Steve sticking with the Belial yet again. This tournament, it seems to be the character he's going to be stuck on for the rest of the bracket. And Bepaw going to be able to capitalize with this Nier. Already starting off insanely strong with a bunch of Fatal Waltzes here in the corner, putting Coach Steve into a very hurtful spot here. Less than 1/4 health.
All right, BC back out to the mid-screen. Coach Steve, really not a lot of help. 100 meter, just looking for it, but immediate spot dodge running through the ultimate Goisha.
Okay, ominous turn, gonna force Coach Steve to be able to go for the blocks. Bepaw only has 2 more hearts left here on dead. So this is Coach Steve's time to shine, right? To be able to go for the Raging Strike, get a refund right back on it with the SSBA. This is gonna do so much damage, Jay.
Yep. No diamonds to your name, barely any hearts. It's looking rough on the resources, but Bepaw still has more than 50 meter for any UDP shenanigans.
Only one more Summon of Death left, and that's it. Coach Steve can no longer die to chip, and that's exactly why Bepaw's going to run up and get a grab.
No chips, no dips, but runs up for the Hug Me Brother. That's a throw to seal it back out. Yeah, exactly. You didn't have any ways to try and go for the chip win con, but maybe just holding on strong. Coach Steve looking for an opportunity, but a little too patient for his own good.
I just immediately went up there to dap him up real quick like, and now again Bepaw with the corner swap combos. Very easy for Nier to be able to do that, especially with the likes of tag teaming with Death to be able to accomplish the goal. But now Coach Steve going for a lot of neutral jumps here in the corner just to try to gauge a reaction from Bepaw.
The blessed / cursed burn Belial. That's what I'm saying, Stray. I'm on the same page as you, but Coach Steve maybe not on the same page here, getting so much damage eaten off of that super, and now you're basically just in chip range, so we're running up trying to be a little aggressive, tries to bait out the fuzzy tech with a delay close L.
had to go for the spot dodge earlier, but you couldn't spot dodge the last one. Gonna die to chip there from Steve. Bepaw taking away game number 1, and potentially, no, we're going right back into the rematch.
Alrighty, game number 2. No time taken in the rematch screen. It's slashed up once again. Bepaw off to a strong start while Coach Steve tries to jump his way out of the corner. We saw that previously in the match against Inochi Scarlet, right? Where a lot of times these jump outs were not getting checked, but Bepaw one step ahead.
Yeah, Coach Steve definitely thanking his stars that crouching heavy was so low to the ground because Bepaw was not able to get a follow-up off of it. Okay. Close light to be able to open up. Bepaw here baits out the Brave counter with the spot dodge. Not only does he lose the neutral exchange, but Coach Steve is also down one of the valuable BPs. Those diamonds are a very valuable resource and going to be able to stuff out that 6-6L easily.
Yep, barely any diamonds. The 5H's gold stops the approach, and now Bepaw is on set point.
The double far heavy. Yeah, first you don't succeed, try again. That's what they always say.
I'm saying, man, just keep on doing it. If it didn't work, yeah, just keep doing it. If it works, do it back. So we're seeing Brave counter for Brave counter. 5H people walk down, and Coach Steve's like, dude, there's no way you're gonna kill me like this, right? Please.
Bepaw not even going for confirms afterwards. We're just hitting the heavy button. It's going to shut down Coach Steve completely in that last game. Good Lord, I don't know if Bepaw was just missing confirms or just messing around with Steve. Here we go. This is what we've been waiting for once again here. Top 8, winner's side, first set. Fuselit on the Vaseraga, Kilvenz here on the 6th. And already out the gate, Fuselit is here to swing.
Speaking of swing, the immediate dive kick from downtown, like we mentioned earlier, right? It's that jump into the Gate of Demons to try and contest this mid-range off of the clash. Immediate close L, and like you mentioned multiple sets before, right? Fuselit rocking the Vaseraga with a slower mash option than the rest of the cast, so off of these clashes, you really don't have a lot of great options.
And that was a strange clash to boot. Ult on EX. Oh no, gonna spot dodge right through the unique follow-up to the stance. It's gonna be Fuselit to be able to go for the Hail Mary. No more, we're not gonna go for a second DP. Recognize it's not gonna kill. And speaking of Hail Mary, versus BA on Wake Up. No, Fuselit is playing passive.
Yeah, Hail Mary, prayers unanswered. Go on to the next round. I didn't even realize Vaseraga kind of covers the nameplate too, right? But trust me, we know it's Fuselit. We see him on the stream, and we see that throw to immediately get you the Soul Forge into EX walk-up.
Okay, trying to mess with Kilven's timings, by the way. You saw him hold that Rising Slash there. Yeah, every single one of his follow-ups, he can hold to mix up timings on when they want to go for it. But Kilvenz was just keeping their cool, waiting for the swing to come out, and then went with the spot dodge. It is now capitalizing here in the corner. This is where Vaseraga can struggle, right? When you're stuck in the corner like that. But if you're going to let him out for free, Kilvenz, I don't know. Oh my God.
Let the super rock, man. We've seen this before, right? Using the SBA as a, you know, high risk, high reward way to reversal on out of the corner, right? Because Ferry gets you a little bit, resets the pressure, but at least you get the hard knockdown in super.
Okay, gonna go for the ult. Battalions of Fear breaks the mask, opens you up some more on top of that. EX Extinction, you are dead, good sir. Good night.
Extinguishing the flame. That's game number 1 to Fuselit. Let's see if Kilvenz can tie it up.
Okay, I like the patience once again. Waits for the parry, then goes for the crouching light to be able to start up the combo side of things. And the round just started, and Kilvenz's health is already below half.
Yeah, really not a lot of HP to work with, but it's all good. We got EX Empty Hand. Get us a little combo starter into RS.
Gonna get yourself a quick little knockdown. Good answer from Fuselit. Again, calling out the wall dive once again. Is gonna be able to capitalize on that damage. Now we have very little health here. Kilvenz has to make something happen, or else we're gonna die to chip at this point.
Running on through, caught out with the Gated Demons, but still not able to recover in time for a full confirm. Empty hand, it's a parry, but still the stomp is all you need. Set point, and I'm loving the delays from Fuselit. It's like you mentioned, right? You're able to hold up some of those follow-ups, but even on the wake up, right, where we saw Kilvenz do run up, you empty hand, we're waiting for the delay reversal to catch you out.
My God, great side grid coming in. Another's 2H, a little bit too low to the ground, so can't get a follow-up. That certainly sends up a message, and we're going to use the armor from Soulforge to stop your approach in its tracks. And that's another mask broken. Those masks got to be expensive at this point. Fuselit, you must be stopped, but it's not going to be by the hands of Kilvenz today.
He hit you with the stomp the yard.
Zooey facing off against Nier. Synn on the Zooey, Bepaw on the Nier. Now, Bepaw is another character we've been seeing, a player that we've been seeing all bracket that has been on a complete tear and just shutting down opponent after opponent. But now we're facing off against the likes of Synn, the Zooey extraordinaire, who can play relatively safe from a distance, right? Not only with these long-range normals, which we just called out Bepaw with, but also using the dragon and the electricity to your advantage.
Using the Raging Strike to your advantage as well. No meter needed in the corner, but we're going to spend it all on the super. Bepaw lives this, right? Even with the BP drain, but you are in worse for wear territory.
Okay, finally finds a way out of the corner because we have to use a resource. Goes for the tricky jump, but Synn was already ready for it, dude. 2H to shut you down.
Shut you down, bring you back down to the ground. It's first round off of the spinning slash. Tried to go for the throw tech, but a little bit, still able to respond in time. It's not throw punishable.
Okay, getting a lot of mileage off of these dash lights, right? Every single time it's a far light right afterwards. But Synn playing very brave to get through right through death itself. And is now going for these dust loops as we're coming right back into the corner and applying block strings, baits out the brave counter because of the frame traps.
I like the use of 6-6H in this matchup, right? A lot of times you can be sandwiched between Death right on top of you and Nier on the opposite side of the screen. So sometimes on your approach, you're getting sniped out by Death, right? So the advancing armored move allows you to just go corner to corner every single time. But now Bepaw off the ultimate Death grips. Might be looking for the side swap here. No, just into a safe jump.
Oh my god, the damage is starting to climb, and we have 3 BP to play with, only going to spend 2 of them because the combo is going to reach its limit here, but Synn shuts down Bepaw's approach and their pressure on block string with a simple Crow's Life, but we have so many more uses of death here, we can just throw it all and try to go for the chip at this point. Synn has to play patient, had to go to the back, but can't contest with death with that many hearts left.
Man, they were so low on the HP, right? We saw Synn trying to go for that one final hit, either jump back into lightning or go for the, ultimate skill from downtown. Bepaw just keeping the pressure on with death every single time.
And we're sending out the Wyvern again and again, but hey, my Wyvern's bigger. It's called Death, and it's going to be able to send your way. Bepaw opening up Synn bit by bit, not even shrugging at that first round.
2M into the Dragon Call, spinning slash to try and look for a throw bait or a 2M bait as well, right? One of those buttons that's so pesky to try and deal with. Knights Forever with the $2.50. Thank you so much for the support. Now, fighting on in. We got support from Death with the ultimate, or rather the EX Misfortune.
Right back in. I love that roll in through the Wyvern, gets the grab on top of it. Oh, the ult fatal waltz to call out the frame trap one more time. Bepaw taking a first point, even though that first round was such a dominant opener from Synn.
It was looking so strong for Synn, right? But I feel like especially in these scramble situations, it seems like Bepaw is just one step ahead, looking for the lightning, looking for you trying to back out to full screen and send out the ultimate skill. So a lot of good usage of death to keep you suffocated on pressure.
Okay, you opt to go for the Brave counter to shut down Death. I get it, because if you let Death go on your block string like that, Bepaw was going to do some mix-up right afterwards. So just shut down and stop all approaches altogether. But now Bepaw stuck Synn here in the corner, applying so much damage just purely through chip. Already below half, opens up Synn, and is going to take you for a ride with these raging strikes. Good lord, you are almost dead.
Take you with a ride, no marvel, but 2v1 is looking like a team game right now. The assist is not going to be enough. We got spinning slash. We'll do it one more time. Might as well bet it all with 1 HP and a dream. But the EX death turn puts Bepaw on set point.
There are just some things in this game that are a checkmate, and that right there was definitely one of them. You see that tech that puts you right back. The immediate death, there is nothing Synn could have done in that situation. That was just like, okay, that's the round.
That's the round. That's the one here, but still able to get a pickup on the Rekka here. Walk up, delay the 2L to try and catch how to wake up BC, but Bepaw too woke for that.
Okay. Synn keeps opening up Bepaw with these crouching lights, but the problem is that they're too far away to be able to get any sort of meaningful conversion. Oh my god, baits out the grab with the run-up ult electricity. That's something in Zooey's deep pockets that we're seeing coming out from Synn here. Now we got some block string pressure on top of that, continuing to apply chip after chip. Oh, we actually got the shimmy, but was too far away to get the punish. And now because you whipped your grab, you're taking all of this damage and more. You have no more BP. You are taking 50% more damage. You are going to live, but at what cost?
100 meter in the bank, barely any HP, no diamonds. You have to make the most of it with the dragon. Even the throw isn't enough to kill, so we walk up into the EX Misfortune, and with 150% damage, it's a 2-0 for Bepaw off of the DP screen. We're going to be seeing Iago versus Diaphone, which is going to be the Anila versus Ferry.
Yep, so Iago, no stranger to being over in these, this far into the bracket, right, playing with the Ferry, but facing off against Diaphone's Anila, who was probably the winner of the latest patch, right? Having so many good tools that came from the latest patch that we're seeing a lot more of them appear not only in tournaments, but also like higher dips of rank.
All right, ultimate DP, run up for the throw bait there with the dive kick. Really not going to get too much off of it, but at least puts it on the brain. You know, you can't be looking for these 2Ls or throws when I'm running up on you like that.
Coming in with a lot of dash lights, put Iago right back into the corner. Sheep as a summon, really good tool. So Anila's entire game plan is going to focus around trying to keep their opponent at a very safe distance with the range, right? But against the likes of Ferry, who also wants that, it's kind of tough.
Yeah, it's scary. You know, we talk a lot about the Anila changes, right? Where 6-6H and, you know, confirms off of poke into 2-1-4U are so good, but trying to get that first hit, right? When Iago is doing such a good job, not only of just doing standard Ferry zoning, but also leveraging like, okay, we can run up and do 6-6L far L like the rest of the cast, right? We can play a little bit more aggressive. So Diaphone just trying to find any opportunity to find this first hit and really not finding anything.
Yeah, and it's also tough because, okay, getting the 6-6H, like you said earlier, one of her very strong tools, jumping to avoid the GG setup, so only took a small little hit and it ended up escaping whatever block string mix-up that Iago had cooking up.
All right, BC out, 1 diamond left for Iago. Oh my god, but yeah, not able to get too much off of the 2-1-4U there. I wonder if we were just a little late on the close H.
Yeah, unfortunately couldn't find that confirm right afterwards, especially off of the sweep. And now GG with the ult activates the second it catches the opponent. That's going to be Iago putting the first point in the blood on the board in this race to 3. And we might see a character swap for Diaphone.
Yeah, I was really wondering who Diaphone is going to be pulling up with. I know I saw Anila in the chat, and then I saw Vaseraga joins the room, but it's not the Vaseraga. I mean, maybe it's better for the stream and, you know, monetization if he doesn't pull up to the stream with Diaphone for the Anila. But we are going to be seeing the 2B headed up here. Definitely a character that got quite a few hits in the most recent patch, but I think people are still big believers in, right? It's hard for 5mm being whiff cancelable to not be good.
And you got to remember, those patches to 2B, she's still kind of won because the nerfs across the board, the 6-6L, does not affect her whatsoever. She doesn't have a 6-6L.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't affect her, and also it makes it so that extra recovery, if you go for the 5U parry, you're able to get a 5M starter off of it, right? So it's even nicer when you have that hard read. But I don't know, Iago has really been leading into the 6-6L, finds the spot dodge for the back throw as well.
Trying to go for the mix-up on the knockdown with that jump light, a very quick overhead. Diaphone was hyper aware of what was going about to transpire here. Trying to go for the light, the medium series to open them up, but that's okay. We got a brave counter to put you right back into the corner, and Iago cashing out so much damage and gets the refund off of the SSBA on top of that. Now things are looking really sick here. We had to go for the reversal.
All right, put up on it, backdash far M into the whip. And we really don't have to go for any risky high damage conversions here. Diaphone, barely any health to his name, but no diamonds for Iago here. If we're able to get a good starter off of Diaphone, the plus frames on grappling hook were not enough.
That light's going to be able to catch the low and is going to be able to put another round here. Iago on set point against Diaphone, catches you just levitating mid-air, runs up, feints out the grab, and gets the drill kick to be able to open you up, tries it again for the second time, but because it blocked, it actually puts you into the GG block string, and now the mix begins to start even farther.
All right, I know the meme is like simply whip punish 2B, but with backdash and having such long normals, Iago able to keep up this corner pressure, finds the hit against the wall as well. So now we send out the ball. It's still not going to be able to kill, even with 1 BP down. 6XM on the overhead check, not enough to open up Diaphone.
Okay, going for another BP. We are out of resources now. There's no more BP on the board. Only 50 meter on top of that. A little bit of skill gauge. Be able to call something out, but Diego's going to stop that momentum. That's okay. We got a reversal coming right back in. Light series, a medium series right afterwards. Brave counter to stop you out. Blocks the mix-up this time around. But we're taking too much chip damage. Now we're in chip kill range. And there is GG waiting down on the ground, waiting for your landing. That's going to be Iago with a 2-0 victory over Diaphone. Is going to move on over down in the lower side of bracket with Charlotta facing off against Ktang, who we saw previously with the Narmaya. See how this set's going to be able to play out. I can imagine Zerom's going to be the hyper-aggressive one in this matchup because that's like Charlotta's MO. Wants to get in your face and mix you up with noble strategy.
Yeah, I think that's what we would assume just looking at the characters, right? And definitely working out for Zerom, right? But as far as Narmayas go, Ktang is definitely on the more aggressive end, right? Sending out the EX dash, a lot of times looking for the flip anti-air, or anti-anti-airs rather. But how are we going to escape this corner? You, Blanca, Ball, still so safe after the pushback.
Yeah, getting a lot of mileage off of that shining onslaught, but Ktang already putting you up to a lot of damage to start you off. But I love the awareness from Zero. I'm just going for the jumping light to stop out any sort of those approaches coming out from Narmaya. The spinning slash that puts her airborne. Can't be shut down by anti-airs, but also air-to-airs.
Yeah, I think we saw an unfortunate drop earlier, right? Just whipping the JH. I imagine we just didn't keep track of the EX flip cooldown. And now we have no diamonds. 100 meters to stop you in your tracks. The U Blanca ball gets caught up by Setsuna. No, but not able to get enough of a mid-screen conversion to keep the pressure on.
I love that reversal. Was playing patient, waiting for it. Gets a spot dodge and gets the finale afterwards. We didn't have to do all that, but we did it anyways. And Zero gonna lose that first round to Ktang.
No, we gotta clip that, bro. That was too much. We run up, we're able to spot dodge, we flip on the other way to avoid the hit of the DP on the way down while still being able to advance in time to punish. If Ktang actually labbed out that interaction to make sure he can kill, that was pretty incredible. But either way, the scramble works out for him. Round number 2, Ktang holding on a little bit stronger.
Okay, going for the slashes right after the command dash. Brave counter to brave counter. No, Zerom's notorious for this. Zerom's going to be able to spam that over and over against Ktang. They were trying to take back their turns again and again because they just want to get in there and open you up.
All right, DC says get off me, tries to bait out something there with the ultimate flip, but just waits it out. The micro delay in the pressure lets you spot out the spot dodge, and there we go. A jump in JH for Ktang takes game number 1.
All right, Ktang up the 1-0 lead here. Needs one more game to take out Zerom, who you got to remember, Zerom is no stranger to being this far into the bracket, getting 3rd place over at the ARC World Tour Finals. So it's definitely a strong contender, and it's probably the best Charlotta maybe in the world. And Ktang is just completely shutting down Zerom's approaches.
Yeah, able to keep up so much aggression, right? We were talking earlier, how do we think this matchup is going to go? But both of these players just running into each other's face every single time, takes to the skies with a jump, crosses you up against the wall, and we're looking to try and even out this health lead.
Yeah, that was actually insanely safe from Zerom. Is going to be able to capitalize on that reversal. Going to go for the refund after the Raging Strike. Noble execution, you are dead.
Cool gals do not look at explosions. I can't believe the noble strategy set up there actually safe jumped the UDP. Because, right, it has one less frame of startup compared to EXDPs, which makes it really difficult to try and, you know, safe jab and generally be safe against on these setups. So Zerom having that available, so smart to put around on the board here against Ktang.
Yeah, you can use flying with flying nobility, the light follow-up from noble strategy as a safe jump. It's really cool to see it come out. But now another command grab coming out from Zerom. Off of that with sweetest skills, calls you out, gets the close light, open you up, gets the wall bounce. We got meter to spend again. Are we going to do it? No, we're saving it.
Oh, we're looking for the shimmy, the walk back, walk forward. X2 finally baits out the throw from Ktang. 100 meter in the bank, but it's not going to save you from the combo. Zerom ties it up.
Charlotta's jump feeling like a crime right there on top of that, right? The reason you'll see Zerom get away with so many jumps is because she's one of the trickiest characters to be able to get an anti-air on because of how fast it happens.
Yeah, it's so quick. Like, the acceleration on the jump is so much different than the rest of the cast, right? It can be hard to try and react to just because the visual stimulus looks so different. Hold this super in the game. I agree, bro. She holds up the sword and says, you are dead.
So that Raging Strike just happened, right? And
Yeah.
Ktang spent a BP to get Zerom off of them, but Zerom did not have 25 meters, so we just lost a BP in the process, and that comes from the stressfulness, right? Like, you got caught by Raging Strike, you just want to get them off of you, but you don't recognize that it's round start, and you lost 2 BP when you didn't have to.
Exactly. It's the same situation as, like, you know, looking for Raging Strike after super, right? It's the awareness of the resources. Sometimes you're a little bit too deep into the mind game, tries to go for the jump in, but UDP going right on through, spot dodge the brave counter. Ktang looking for everything on the defense right now, just needs one more hit.
Oh, and this is the prime spot where you wish you would have the meter. Goes for it, doesn't matter, we get the chip kill, diving right behind Zerom and taking away that first round, even after that very shaky start.
Oh my god, any other situation, you would have at least been able to live off of the plus frames, but still making sure we went for the Setsuno to put you into chip damage range and dash up to go for that reaction check. So tricky. Now Ktang on set point.
I love the wait on that reversal, right? Was waiting for Zerom to go for the side swap before committing to the DP punish. Okay, another BP, another reversal to be able to just get you off of them. And now we're seeing a lot more jumps again from Zerom, opening up Ktang. And now we're going for the reset after the Sword of Lumio gets another swing. Raging Strike, gonna be able to convert this into a brilliant Moon Skybound art. Ktang is out of health.
We've seen so many throw baits. It could have also been a BC bait, but Ktang immediately looking for that guard cancel on wake up, trying to escape any chip damage situation. But now it's one block special away. Do we wake up with the SSBA? No, the UDP.
Oh my god, what's it gonna be? Oh, we opened them up! We faded out the grab, and Ktang pretty much stealing that set from Zerom's grasp with only 1 health and a dream. Zerom out at 7th place while Ktang moves on through the bracket.
On the 6th, and Iago, who was tearing it up earlier on the Ferry.
Yep, Kilvenz here with the 6. See how this is going to be able to play out again. On this high, this is going to be Kilvenz trying to find that opening. And right now, we're playing a little bit patient from Kilvenz's side, and that's probably because we're waiting for Iago to commit to like a far heavy or a far medium and try to catch those non-disjointed normals.
Looking for the 2H off of the empty hand. A lot of times we'll look for, you know, spot dodge, but sometimes when you have the read available and the reaction side to bait it out, we have the spot dodge on you, empty hand, for another full conversion.
And that's recognition that that was the ultimate variety of that, right? Because on heavy, you have to challenge it. So very good awareness coming out from Iago, but now we're running out of resources here, and we get called by Raging Strike. There's no BP to get this pesky 6 off of you, and you're gonna die for it.
So many good reactions there, but Kilvenz still able to overwhelm you with the offense. Round 1.
Okay, that far medium going to be able to shut you down real quick here. Just trying to whittle away at that health little by little while we try to get some setups with the GG, forcing Kilvenz to go for the jumps right afterwards.
The double spot dodge, trying to be a little preemptive about it, but no, we're just going to get the throw punish on the EX empty hand. Ooh, saw the blue flash, thought it'd be another one, but no, instead we go for ultimate Rekka.
The parry reaching from that far away, gonna be able to call out Iago. Kilvenz once again has Iago here in the corner. Is gonna be able to get some combo damage right after.
UDP can't go for the safe job on that one.
Another GG trying to, oh my god, the block strings, Jay.
Caught out there, also able to avoid the BC.
Brings you right back into the thick of things here, trying to go for the reverse around. We're holding on to it, trying to get some more chip here. Iago just needs 2 more specials, but doesn't even matter because we're going to get called out by the 6 claw execution from that far away. Kilvenz taking the first point in this race to 2.
Yeah, I like the use of the ultimate Rekka there to try and catch you on the way down. Worst case, we're able to block in time and you're still safe. But either way, you know, I don't know if we caught the startup of a falling JH or the Indiana Jones, but still, game 1 over to Kilvenz, and now off of that momentum, really going strong with some wind in the sails.
Yeah, we're gonna get the snake bite as the ender right there with the somersault kick. Thought that Iago was gonna push a button, so we opted to go for that parry immediately, holding the block button. I respect that, right? If you know you're gonna have to hold block against the likes of GG, just hold the button instead to get rid of the left-right mix-up.
Yep. Ooh. All right, UDP once again gets us a little bit of space out of the corner, not trying to be too greedy with it, so more so swinging the far L, far M.
Oh no, that's going to be an SBA in your face. Even though your health's gone, you still got to sit through this animation. Kilvenz taking that first round from Iago and is now on set point.
I have no belief in the meaty after the GG setup says, nah. If this is fake, I'm going to go right on through with the SBA punish. And if not, I have all the health in the world to gamble. Speaking of another GG set that we're seeing the challenge from Kill.
And we got to remember, if Ferry gets hit, GG disappears. That's exactly what Kilvenz was trying to do with that close light. Gonna go for a Raging Chain to open you up with the pressure. I love the challenge from Iago.
All right, GG right behind. So we go back jump into Gate of Demons. Just air stall with the fireball right on over the active frames.
And we go in for the reset with the little somersault kick there and be able to continue looping that pressure. Opens you up with the jump one more time. Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage. We got full meter here on the table. Going to spend it on a reversal to get out of this pesky pressure. Trying to keep Kilvenz at a very safe distance here. Trying to play some safety distance on from a... Oh my god, Brave counter to open you up one more time. Out of BP here for Iago now.
Kilvenz trying to, I was gonna say slow it down for the 50%, but instead the jump in JH is all you need to seal it out. Iago, great work on the Ferry, but you are out to Kilvenz 2-0.
That's absolutely right here. Zooey coming up against Narmaya, going to be quite the match for the ages. Already starting off insanely strong. Ktang was just waiting for Synn to go for the opening, but then just jumps right back at them. And this is something I've been saying this whole bracket, Jay, is that a lot of these players are doing jumps at round start because you don't get too much damage off the anti-airs without the meter.
Yeah, exactly. Certain characters are able to get a lot off the counter hit 2H, but depending on who's who, you know, and the meter situation might not be able to get too much, right? So it's relatively low risk. Still, relatively low HP for Ktang here. Barely 20 seconds into the round, and you got 10% left.
All right, setting in the Wyvern one more time, going for that jump again. Ooh. But we're seeing this happen a lot with Synn, especially in the previous set, is those crouching lights not going to be able to get confirms off of them.
Yeah, a little spaced out there, but, you know, even at that mid-range, right, it's scary for Narmaya to try and challenge because Zooey has the threat of just doing that Wyvern call.
You're gonna have a delayed tech grab there, but that's a-okay. The Synn's gonna go for the side swap into the grab, calling out the reversal, but not the second one.
Nice. Little dash jump to escape. Try and make your way back out to the mid screen, but instead you just got pushed over to the other side.
I love that opening, going for the close slide into the close heavy as a frame trap to open up Synn here. Gonna spend a meter on the SBA to get that knockdown and take away one of those precious diamond resources from Synn. Ends it with a grab.
That's so scary, right? You see close L into the sand swap, you're like, all right, I gotta be worried for the sword out, and then all of a sudden it's throw to tie up the round. Spinning slash, okay, a little clash here, keeps the pressure on for Synn, and we're just backing up to put the dragon on the screen.
So many dash lights on top of that while the Wyvern is just constantly being spawned. Ktang is just playing ever so patient, not giving up, just taking the chip little by little before we finally find that big opening, and we bet it all with that ult reversal, and Ktang is going to get a huge punish in the process.
Close H, straight super. Lots of damage on the board here. Now Synn only has one PP available, but spends the 50 meter instead to make sure that we're not eating such a big damage penalty.
And I love that gap opening on that crouching light because it called out the Brave counter, and his Raging Strike came out instead. And Synn keeps going for this pressure, right? A lot of these normals from far away after the 6-6L, very important tool. Does the 6-6L themselves, and Ktang finds the grab right afterwards to take away game one.
Right, game one on the board, but this is definitely seeming like a set that'll probably go the distance, right? So back and forth, not necessarily in rounds, right? I feel like when one player is able to start their momentum up, it seems like that kind of determines the round, right? But, you know, we're trading back and forth off of these starts. How are we going to escape the corner this time? It's close L mash.
Yeah, you know, if it's your fastest option, you might as well go for it sometimes. And again, coming right back in, feints out the grab, going for the spin to win. Right afterwards, airborne mobility to avoid the grab.
Yep. Ooh, we just jump on through. Maybe try to go for a 2H to catch you on the other side, but a little late, so we get counter hit. And also, gonna get punished there on the throw whip with ultimate flip.
They're gonna put you once more here into the corner, ending it with the reversal. A DP too far away for the grab from both sides. And they both try to go for the challenge. And Ktang is gonna be the victor there in that exchange.
Plus on throw whiff, the classic. I heard some people call that the COVID handshake recently, where you just whiff right in front of each other because you both think you're going to be in range. But either way, set point for Ktang. Now 1 round away from moving on to loser semis.
Trying to play some social distancing work with these grabs as well as with these dragons and these normals. Look at the social distancing happening from Synn. Just cannot let Ktang catch a break until we finally open you up.
Granblue Zone really was the OG social distancing. Like back when Vanilla dropped, they saw the future a little bit. Now that spinning slash right in your face, safe but minus. So Ktang takes the opportunity to send out the Setsuna and caught out of the 6-6M after.
Seeing a little bit of the future themselves with a dashing lights. Synn going for the loop combos, put you into the blender with electricities, trying to feint out a shimmy. Saw he didn't bite, so just goes for the grab right afterwards. And now Ktang, another grab on top of that. We're holding back in the process, so we're going to lose corner control. But we get a sweep, and we're just whittling away that health bit by bit. Now, chip kill could potentially be on the table. No, we just go for the reversal.
Smart. I like that with the 100-meter, we had that on the brain. Knows that Ktang is looking to try and steal this momentum back with the ultimate flip off of the anti-air stall. So instead of going for something risky, like trying to delay your 2H at the proper timing, just go for the UDP.
So that was an insane Rekka follow-up from Synn, right? Because of the distance and because of Narmaya not having a frame 5 normal while in the Genji stance, like they were able to make that safe afterwards. Very good awareness from Synn. Oh! This is going to be huge, Jay.
Straight through the flip, 2H into the 6-6H follow-up. We're just going to whip on the overhead and go low off the Thunder. Finally caught out here. 100-meter to your name, so Synn with the super ties it back up 1-1. Let's see the full cinematic. And
that entire ending was all due because we baited out one of those BPs, trying to go for the Brave counter once again, and then the Raging Strike coming out. This has been happening a lot to Ktang from Synn's point of view. And it's all because we're waiting before going for the Crouching Light. Instead of going for a meaty Crouching Light, we delay it so that we try to bait out that Brave counter.
Yeah, sometimes it's these micro delays, especially when you're at one hit away or you're in throw range. It's so scary to try and deal with, especially when that pressure is on you, to escape as soon as you can. But we're just going to back up there, backstep to avoid the 6-6H, but ended up getting thrown for your troubles.
Coming right back up with some slashes of their own, some 6-6Ls, forcing you to hold the block right afterwards, but that jump in's going to lead into some delicious damage for Ktang.
There we go, double flip into the U sets in a pickup. Oh, not able to get the punish there off of the dodge brave counter. Spent the BP, but Synn still able to take their turn.
Runs up, gets a delayed tech grab, so is able to take back their turn one more time. But Synn, once again, going to get called out by this opening from Ktang, and we are spending it all of these Raging Strikes, 2 of those precious resources, just to apply a ton of damage in the process, and we get the knockdown right afterwards. We're spending on the third. This is actually a kill route. I didn't even think that. Usually players just like to go for the 3 Raging Strikes in a row, but Ktang was optimizing that route to finish off the round.
I legitimately cannot believe that kill. I thought we were just spending the second to make sure we made our way to the corner for that pickup on the U Setsuna, but no, Ktang lethal on the line, but seeing the laser beam catching you out.
Okay, some more Brave counters to come out one more time, calling out Ktang. This is going to be a big punish for Synn, starting it off with a close heavy. We got meter to play with, and we also got some BP. Going to be able to get the refund in the process after the Dragons. Send them up into the heavens and blast them for good.
Firing the laser, and it is enough to kill. We're going to final game, final round. 1 round away from either of these players to move on to loser semis.
Very important position. One of these players going home with a 5th place finish, and I have no idea who's going to be the way these players are playing.
Ooh. Yeah, a little bit too late on the check there. No meter to go for UDP on the EX flip. Ktang finds the first hit. Clean throw tech into the far end.
Yeah, far medium's going to stuff out that approach, and we're going a lot of these frame traps once again coming out from Synn. Catching Ktang a little bit aggressive on the defense here lately.
So neck and neck, even on every resource you can, like you mentioned, right? -8 on the 6-6H, but not able to get something that reaches in time to punish. Synn off of the scramble, ties up the life lead, and then some.
Yeah, gonna spend one of those resources to put you back in the corner. Gets the grab right afterwards. You only have one more shot. Tech grab. Chip kill is definitely gonna be here on the table soon. If we get 2 more specials on him, not gonna be able to get enough yet. Synn just desperately trying to put themselves into the blender and gets the grab. Finishes it off. That's going to be Synn Zooey taking a set from Ktang and moving on into loser semis, but a valiant attempt from Ktang, getting a 5th place finish here at TNS.
Been thinking about from previous brackets. I'm pretty sure these two have started running into each other more and more in the online scene. So I'm sure that Bepaw has tried out the Nier a little bit and maybe not feeling too great about it, and maybe trying to go for, you know, swapping up the matchup and seeing if the zoner versus big body, the classic archetype we know and love, is going to work out a little better.
And this is also the OG for Bepaw, right? Starting off with the Ferry back in vanilla, so being able to bring the character out one more time is always a pleasure to be able to see. This character in particular does really well against the likes of Vaseraga because of the range, right? If Fuselit doesn't get the opportunity to set up Soulforge because Bepaw can pretty much catch him from anywhere on the stage, then what does he do for the armor?
Yeah, hard to say, but speaking of, we're just going to armor red on through. No, we're just going to invul red on through with the throw, with Bepaw back up against the wall here, but now no meter for Fuselit, gradually chipping away at the HP.
So at this point, we're playing the waiting game here. Bepaw just waiting for Fuselit to push a button before throwing out a normal. Gets the armor, gets the Soul Forge. So even though we took a hit in the process, I think that was definitely worth, because now we're going to be able to open up Bepaw. And every single time we're getting a knockdown, we're definitely going to spend it on the unique to get that Soul Forge equipped one more time for some more armor.
There you go, send out the ultimate GG. Hold a little bit on the whip to try and catch out the approach, but Fuselit just walking forward, takes at the skies, swings at the skies, but not going to find a jump from Bepaw.
Another sweep. Oh, there we go. Battalions of Fear. Ult variety to put you into the corner, into the blender. And we still had another BP on top that we'd be able to do one more Raging Chain. So you were just done for at that point.
Yeah, even the name of the skill makes sense, right? You know, you're terrified. You're looking for the follow-up. You're scared to see what he's going to pull up with. And now it's going to be the throw. Back into the corner you go for Bepaw.
Good use of the GG, actually eating up a lot of those armor hits to allow Bepaw to be able to get that in. Senses the Great Scythe Grineth of the ults to be able to come out, going to be able to jump and dive kick right through it. Another GG setup. Brave counter to get rid of that mix-up. That was going to be a deadly mix-up too.
Go 2M whip. DC, yeah, you're leveraging the diamonds to try and escape here, but now it's Stomp the Yard whip right into another follow-up Bepaw. How are you going to escape? 100 meter to your name, old whip. This is scary, right? It brought you right into Fuselit's optimal distance. Oh, no.
The Fuselit confirmed off that because of the range of Far Heavy is absurd on Vaseraga. Good stuff to Fuselit, taking away that first game in this race to 3.
Right, swipe through, we're playing it slow here. Fuselit just waiting for an opportunity for Bepaw to be like, all right, if you're just going to down back, there's no way for me to open you up, so let me just wait for an approach, and then you get the Soul Forge off it.
Yeah, trying to swipe it like it's the gotcha game right now with that credit card, as Fuselit coming right back into things. Gonna be able to block through some of these sweeps. We're just kind of chilling for now. Tried to armor through. GG, don't think that was gonna work. Was hoping for Bepaw to like go for normal, and they were just staring at each other. They're both just playing rock like crazy.
Ooh, nice whip explosion into the GG pickup. Still a lot of hell to work through for Fuselit here, but at least now you have the corner situation. Forced to try and make your approach on out. 100 meter.
Okay, another shoulder tackle from the Battalions of Fear. Gonna open up Fuselit, or open up Bepaw once again. GG is stopping right in front of them. This is Bepaw's bread and butter, right? Just throw out the GG, force Fuselit to be able to deal with it because you're so far away and so slow. We're just going to keep stomping through it. Goes for the Rising Slash to keep up the block string pressure, but we spent a lot of cooldowns in the process.
Yeah, we're going to spend 50 meter to try and keep the pressure on from the full screen. Safe with the ultimate skills cooldown and slow down as well. But now, spend all the meter to try and escape. We go for the shallow dive kick to escape the corner. I like it.
So this is Bepaw's game plan, right? Is trying to play as safe as possible and trying to play as passive as possible because the timer is now a threat on the menu here. Bepaw still having the lead. It's going to force Fuselit to have to make an option, and Bepaw's going to be able to capitalize on that, recognizing, throwing all the toolkits at you while you're low on health, applying all that block string, going to be able to call out that jump with an anti-air.
Yep. Oh my god. And the Bepaw after the GG as well. Spaced out enough to make sure that you're not putting yourself in harm's way, but enough to try and checkmate you with the tiny gaps in between or that chip damage. And now again, we're seeing jump out, shallow dive kick. Scary to try and do that whip in, but you have the combo confirmed for it.
Running up because we had the GG with the block string, going to confirm a Bepaw's own. Putting up GG one more time, gets a free hit off of it. Not too much damage, but it's a knockdown's a knockdown. Bepaw's going to take that home for a mile. Fuselit finally going to be able to get Soul Forge here on the table, allow him to try to armor through stuff, but GG's going to eat up a lot of that armor.
All right, Ultimate Instinction, trying to look for any opportunity to run up off of the plus frames. No sweep, going to find anything. Fuselit gradually running out of the HP slowly but surely. 50 seconds left on the clock.
This is starting to become a timer game, right? Bepaw playing so patient, waiting for Fuselit. This is how you have to deal with Vaseraga, right? If you play too aggressive, he thrives off of that. He thrives off of you throwing out without reckless abandon because of his armor. So from this distance, there's not much Fuselit can do.
Yeah, you're trying to look for any opportunity to put up the Soul Forge, but sometimes the walk forward's getting caught up by the whip, even on block, just gradually chipping away at the health. Ultimate Instinction doesn't find anything, so the linebacker tackle, still not enough. Back out to the full screen, and chip damage is a factor.
Dude, that entire sequence from Bepaw was incredible, right? Because a lower player would see the opportunity where Fuselit is at 1 health and can die to chip. So you lose all cool, lose all abandon, just dive in, try to land a special so you can get that chip kill. But instead, Bepaw recognized that the timer was on their side on top of having that win condition. Just let Fuselit make a mistake because he's going to have to do something. And also, thank you so much for the sub. Oh, yay, it's Dave. We appreciate that. Subscribe over to the TNS channel.
Yep, the 7 months. Love watching some Granblue. So do we. You know, me and Austin kind of like this game a little bit here. And we're heading into game number 3. Again, trying to play that space control game, putting the GG in between, right? Sometimes you don't have to put it on top of Fuselit to keep that pressure, but rather put it as a stop sign for that approach.
Oh, man. These hula hoops applying so much block string pressure on top of it. No way he pushes him into the corner. Oh my god, going for the U. So whenever he goes for the U version, the Ravaging Stomp, that has infinite amount of armor. So he can call out any sort of thing to try to challenge out the Soul Forge.
Yeah, we're really trying to, you know, RPS or guess on which stomp that we're going for the follow-ups on, which I imagine is why we're throwing out the UDP, but throwing our lives away, tried to escape, but caught out of the GG summon. Fuselit, another round.
All right, one more round here. You notice that anytime the round ends pretty quickly, it's going to be in Fuselit's favor. That's what I'm saying. Like, he wants to get in there and close the distance. This is Bepaw's time to play the zoning game. This is exactly what Ferry needs to do to win this matchup.
Yeah, it's either a 90-second win for Bepaw or a 20-second win for Fuselit, right? It's just how we dictate the pace of the match. So we're just going to tackle on through BP, or BC rather, to put you back in. Now we send the orb.
Gonna ponder it for a bit while we get right back into the thick of things. Gonna go for the command grab to be able to open up Bepaw and escape out of that corner. Now this is where the mix starts to happen. We've got Soul Forge ready to rock, but GG is such a good tool. He does not give a hoot about your armor.
Yep. And the Bepaw to close it out. Round a piece here. Again, this is still first to 3, so this isn't quite set point, but you try and get 1 game up, send the Soul Forge.
Comes right back in and gets the wall bounce, turns it into a Raging Strike. Oh no, unfortunate combo drop coming out from Fuselit, but that is A-okay because we're going to be able to clean up shop here with the command grab to finish it off. Great Scythe Grineth, giving Fuselit another point here on the board, taking the lead 2-1.
Yeah, great recognition there, right? A lot of times we've been seeing the follow-ups after 3rd stomp, after 4th stomp, but immediately recognizing, all right, I arm it on through, it's time to kill with the throw. So Bepaw taking a second at the rematch screen. Already thinking before going into the set, man, Fuselit, I keep running into this guy. You know, he's so good on the Vaseraga and has really been tearing it up. I was able to get game number 2 by really slowing the pace down, but when Fuselit is using such good use of the charge to take the space, find an opportunity for Soul Forge, what am I supposed to do?
You're supposed to just be able to do something out of this corner, because that right now, Bepaw being stuck between a rock and a hard place while Fuselit is able to play the game the way they want to. But now Bepaw was able to, you know, create some distance here, even though with limited spacing behind them. I love that vision.
On the way down, maybe trying to look for the backwalk there, and Fuselit catches it out beautifully, but still caught out in the scramble afterwards. If nobody got me, GG got me.
GG always got me as we're going right back here into the corner. Some more wall bounces on top of that SBA. He'll apply a ton of damage in the process, but Fuselit spending the final BP on a Brave counter, tries to bet it all with the Battalions of Fear. Bepaw going for a run-up grab to punish right on through. I don't care about your rampage, bro. I'm going to run up and grab you.
There we go. Tried to pull up, you know, it's -6, but spaced out off of the ultimate version. So looking for the throw, expecting the patience. But, you know, if we do it 2 times, it just works out. Inspired by those throws, though, Fuselit just pulls out with a Scythe.
They're trying to play a little bit of Tarzan action there in the ceiling. Fuselit attempting to catch him mid-air, so Bepaw probably not going to go for that one more time. But the jumping heavies, we're seeing a lot of jumps coming out from Bepaw all of a sudden.
EX hula hoop, send out GG. Take this, guys. We lost a little bit of screen space, so now our back is a little closer to the wall, but it's fine. We're still mid-screen.
I'm actually a big fan of these jumps, by the way, because Bepaw is now conditioning Fuselit to watch out for them, and it allows Bepaw to just run full screen to be able to close the distance against Fuselit because of having to be aware of the jump.
Help, all right. Sweep into the hula hoop, even on block, right? You're just looking for a little bit of space to try and deal with, and we haven't seen a lot of the dive kick out of the corner. Oh no, it's still alive.
And Sanction to get another knockdown on top of that. Oh, spot dodge to bait out the Brave counter. Catches you with the rising slash as an anti-air and shuts down any momentum. Fuselit now on set point, sitting at grand finals, managed to take one more round, but you know Bepaw is still in this.
Bepaw, let's see it. Can we tie it up? The immediate 2U to go right on through the stomps. Called out the early follow-up and able to get at least a little bit of damage for it. Still, unless you're up against the wall or unless you have the 100-meter, you're going to need way more hits to kill Vaseraga.
And the whole point of that walk-up dive kick was to set up for that close heavy. Fuselit did not bite on it, but he's going to bite on that raging strike and going to lose 2 BP in the process for the Brave counter.
Yeah, I like the use of the Raging Strike. There's so many times Fuselit has been able to escape a lot of these setups, you know, the 50-50s with GG with that Brave counter, so able to, you know, whittle away at the diamonds early is so good. Speaking of shapes, the diamonds, the orbs pondering all the damage you can cash out on in the corner. I was gonna say guess for game, but I see Zero in the chat. He'd hate me for it, and we'd hate to try and lose here with the ultimate throw.
Oh no, Bepaw getting called out a little bit here. Trying to go for a chip kill, catches the feed, going for the crouching normal to bring this to a game 5 situation. Winners finals. Bepaw is keeping this competitive.
Headed over to game number 5. I think Rose asked a really good question earlier in the chat, saying, do you guys think that Vaseraga fights Nier well, right? We were talking about that going into the set. Why isn't Bepaw pulling up with the Nier? You know, and I think it's hard to say. Definitely feeling pretty comfortable with this matchup. I think the vanilla experience is definitely coming up huge here. In game number 5, let's see if Bepaw can keep up the momentum.
Gonna try to keep it up with that GG setup, and I'll dig it out, calling out the Brave counter, call out one more time, some more action here with the jump. On top of that, Bepaw is suddenly in the zone with the aggression, no longer going for the zoning game from far away, because once you got that corner, you're gonna be able to get so much damage in the process, and now we can go for the zoning because of this gigantic health deficit between the two players.
A little walk back, walk forward. Okay. Playing it a lot slower now because you really don't have to take a lot of risks with how big the life lead is. We risked it all. We went super aggressive in the beginning, like you mentioned, right? You know, 6XL, get some plus frames, get all that damage, and now you can just play it out with the far M with punishes.
You already got so much damage off of so many like close combat situations there in the corner, so why not just play it back like where your strong suit is and goes for another swing, be able to call you out with the jump light, be able to open up that first combo against Fuselit. Fuselit now here on set point, death point potentially here. Has to be able to figure something out here, but Bepaw's got the reversal at the ready of the old variety.
Yep, the ultimate up dog just going straight on through. Bepaw got me, GG got me. And barely any health left for Fuselit. 75% meter gets opened up one more time.
This is looking very bad for Fuselit, seeing a very low health here, but once again, Bepaw gonna back up because of the gigantic health deficit. Fuselit just struggling to find a way open, and he can't find an answer because Bepaw shutting down all approaches here from Fuselit, bringing it right back from a 2-1 deficit. Bring out the dastardly 6 here to see how we can be able to play this rushdown game against the likes of Synn.
Here we go, slowing it down, letting the intros rock as well. They're like, all right, losers semis. Maybe we gotta get ourselves into the right mindset here. Now it's game number 1, Kill versus Synn.
They're already sending out the Wyvern. Dude, the guard point on the dash attack is such a good tool for the likes of Empty Hand.
Ooh, nice. We saw the gate, the fireball just traveling slowly. So instead of trying to challenge or run up for the dash block, instead we just do jump back into the EX Lightning and all the damage off of it too. Synn, healthy on the HP too.
A little bit too early on the meaty grab. Kilvenz able to get back up and get a punish right afterwards. And now he's going to be able to go to the corner carry going from West Coast to East Coast. But again, we got that guard point ready to rock with the dash. That's going to be Synn taking away that first round.
Said any killers in the chat. I mean, Synn is looking like a killer right now, right? Barely any health taken in that first round. And again, no 6XH required. We're going for the 6XL, the quick check on the round start.
Oh, dash light. Not gonna be able to get confirmed. Was a little bit too far away. Has to go for the far light. Oh man, and the mask is broken on top of that. More damage coming your way. Synn opening up Kilvenz like crazy here in the corner.
Mask off, Thunder right behind you. Barely any health to your name. Caught up with the sweep, and that's the ultimate Wyvern for game number 1.
That dragon is putting in work for Synn.
Yep.
Hey, Synn now here.
Makes the money work for you. The Wyvern doing so much work there in game number 1, but no vents. All right, aggressive round start here, but escapes the corner. All right, we're just trading back and forth. We're letting the mashes and the parries rock.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about that vet bill, by the way, on that dragon. It's gotta be, you gotta make that money to be able to pay that one off, dude.
Exactly. Ooh. All right, pick up off the EX Rekka. 2M into the Raging Strike. Lots of damage taken here. 100 meter per Synn to try and escape.
Oh, calls out the mash, right? Because it was the EX empty hand. You want to try to challenge that with the normal, but it was a little bit too late, and Kilvenz is able to get a punish off of it instead.
Battle 2. Round on the board here for a kill. Can we tie it up? Playing a lot slower here on this next round start. You know, jump back, Gate of Demons. Ooh.
Okay, we're seeing a lot of rolls coming out from Synn in this set. We're seeing a lot of this being brought up.
Yeah, I like the use of the 2-6L as well. The Wyvern call recovers relatively quickly, right? So at least the travel time on empty hand makes it so it's not a full punish unless you have a really hard read. But speaking of hard read, on the way back down here, counter hit anti-air. Didn't really get too much, but you got a lot of screen space. And you armor on through the ult skill.
Yeah, I was about to say that Zooey's option to be able to just delete empty hand with the guard point, as well as delete Gate of Demons aerial projectile with the projectile of their own. This might be like a really good matchup for Zooey, just watching some of these tools get destroyed by her own.
Yeah, you have a good way to try and contest one of these neutral skips coming out from kill. But we've seen in other sets before, right? We show a lot of the empty hand, make it so that the player seems super comfortable, almost being preemptive about it. And now what do we see? A little bit more of that grounded run up, using less of this empty hand to try and counter poke in the mid screen, and now you're up against the wall.
Yeah, back against the wall. Hopefully you gotta give it your all. Calls out the jump in ult with a crouching heavy to not only get an anti-air combo, but also give you complete control out of that corner.
Ooh. Thunder Flash, doesn't find anything in particular. Recovers so fast though, so nothing found off the parry punish.
Ooh. Oh, too far away. That was supposed to be a brave counter, I'm pretty sure. And Synn comes right back in and gets a punish on that with Raging Strike in the process.
On the way back down, Synn, no BP required. Ultimate Rekka to seal it out 2-0. Synn moves on to losers finals, but Kilvenz, a damn good run there. 3 for the losers finals, Synn versus Fuselit.
Let's dive into it. Believe in victory, as we're going to believe in these players coming right back in. The Dragon, honestly, the Wyvern's such a good tool against the likes of Vaseraga from full screen.
A safe quick check to try and you know, catch you out on any errant Soul Forge attempts. Off the Rekka here, gets grabbed right out.
Oh my, when a Vaseraga is staring you down with those eyes, that is one of the scariest situations to be in this game, because it's just like, okay, he's got armor, I can't push a button or I'm gonna die.
Yeah, he's definitely got that intimidating gaze. Tries to make your way on through with a multi-hit, but all the armor in the world pick up to the Soul Forge.
They're gonna dive right through it. Side swap in favor of Synn here. Now Fuselit's back is against the wall. We got all this block string pressure coming out here. Oh, baits out the grab, but was a little bit too late with the jumping aerial, so wasn't able to get a confirm off of it.
Yeah, off of the jump to try and bait out the throw, sometimes it can take a while to try and land and actually get that button down. So not able to get the punish. Keeps the pressure on though, needs to, especially because you don't have a lot of health to work with. TK Lightning into the ultimate Rekka.
Yeah, very sick setup coming out from Synn. Not gonna have it down. We're actually out of meter at this point now, so we're just gonna go for the straight grab to call out the brave counter attempt from Fuselit. And just like that, all because of that Battalions of Fear, the shoulder tackle from Fuselit put himself into the corner because of Synn's jump.
And send out the dragon. You're afraid of the follow-up beam, so it lets you spinning slash for at least a little bit of corner carry. Play it slow, walk back, delay the buttons.
Okay, good. I like that anti-air from the likes of Far Heavy, kind of a riskier option, but is able to call it out. Tries to go for the overhead, but Fuselit is wise to these tricks.
All right. Wyvern on through, send the dragon. No, but you have no more gauge, so trying to look for something off the TK Lightning. Any way to leverage this meter back into that dragon gauge.
Every time we're seeing Synn just walk up to Fuselit like that, it's because we're trying to bait out that grab a little bit too far away, punishes the too far away from the grab, and actually capitalizes on it and gets a very decent confirm.
Bro, it's so crazy that the reason that Synn is in losers right now is because of a run-up throw whip, and now the reason you might be able to take a game on Fuselit might be that same thing, but maybe I'm calling it a little too early. Still 100 meter and a decent amount of health to work through for Fuselit. The ultimate instinction puts you up against the wall.
This is such a heartbreaker for Synn, but it doesn't matter because we're able to shut down Fuselit and take away that first game. For like a second, we saw Synn actually get that jumping light, but wasn't able to get it confirmed afterwards, and because it was too high up in the air. But if we did get that confirmed, that would have been the game right there and then. Okay, going for the EX Battalions of Fear.
There we go. Nice pickup off the anti there. Sometimes it can be, you know, a little tricky off the air hit. So stabilizing it with the Raging Strike, getting all the corner carry in the world off the Rekka, tries the spot dodge, but all you get is the throw back out to mid-screen.
Far Heavy on the blocks. On the block is going to give you a healthy amount of chip right afterwards. Synn just going for the simple grab. There's one thing that can beat Savage Rampage and all that armor. It's going to be a grab.
Yeah, bold to try and look through it, right? You have to guess which stomp they're going to do the follow-up on, and a follow-up that doesn't catch you out. A run-up grab as well, but barely any HP for Synn. Looks at the throw and sees the animation. It's SSPA to go straight on through.
No freaking way. Synn shutting down Fuselit's opportunity there, but we still have some health left to play with, and it doesn't matter because we're going to poke you out right after that overhead block.
Yep. Any other character probably would have died right there, but the Vaseraga helpful, saving Fuselit for just a little bit longer, but Synn still able to seal out the round.
And going for some back steps here, trying to go for some more Battalions of Fear, holds down the Rising Slash to be able to open you up even more, and Fuselit's got these optimal combos on lock.
Okay, he's holding down back. We've shown a lot of aggressive ways to try and escape the Battalions of Fear, so now trying to play a little bit more patient, drops the charge on the 50 meters, man. That is unfortunate on many different axes.
Yeah, uncharacteristic from Fuselit, especially like in the likes of Losers Finals. You know, there's a lot on the line here, so nerves might be taking a toll here. Even the best players here do be making mistakes, and now Synn has the corner pressure here against Fuselit. Using the armor of the Soul Forge to be able to get through one more swing, and Fuselit can be able to shut this down. Goes for the spot dodge to avoid being able to get chipped out later on in the round.
Yeah, we escaped the corner there. That was a big drop off the TK Lightning earlier. Maybe did not mean to go into the Dragon Charge, but just gave you enough meter for that beam. The sweep, not enough. 100 meter for Synn.
The Joyful Reaper is very joyful for this Reaper to get the swing here with the Scythe. Fuselit getting the command grab with great Scythe. Grinith, be able to shut down that second round and finally putting a point on the board. But let's see if we can try to like make it a game.
The Joyful Reaper subbing at the same time as the Grim Reaper throw was a little crazy, right? I can't write the script that well, but I'm sure Lucas had that in the back of his mind. Shout out for the... Oh no, we're just gonna jump on through, escape the corner. EX Rekka.
Oh, here we go. Damage is starting to climb. Dust loops for days. Puts down the electricity. Forces you to block. We just go for the simple jump, but that's okay. We got the grab to put you right back into the corner. And this is where Fuselit starts to struggle, right? Synn's pressure in the corner is out of this world.
Nice pick up into the Raging Strike. Spend the super. Still going to be able to live this, but might be right outside of throw range here for Fuselit.
Vaseraga does have a lot of health, so we're going to be able to survive to keep on fighting in this round. Jumps over the command grab and shuts down any sort of momentum Fuselit was starting to build there at the end. 2-0 lead for Synn.
Let's see if we can close it out. Fuselit has come back from worse, I gotta say, but yeah, just holding down a lot of this pressure safely with the Wyvern calls is so good for Synn, but still off of the throw, able to get that guaranteed Soul Forge.
Yeah, Fuselit getting top 2 both times in the last bracket. Definitely doesn't want to go down with the third place finish to keep up that strength. So we'll see if Synn's going to be able to not give it to him by just keeping up this corner pressure. Spends it on a Skybound Art one more time, refunding the BP in the process.
lots to work with the 2L. Tricky little situation there, but does escape the corner here for Fuselit.
Yeah, we're saying dragging like crazy until we finally spin the meter to just get that fire breath out of there. Fuselit again finds a way to get Soul Forge on. We have armor ready to rock here. Spends it on the Rising Slash and gets the ultimate Instinction to be able to get this combo climbing.
Super jump for the throw. Could we do one more? No. No one ever does 3, right? Rising Slash to try and take some control here. Throw into the corner.
No, we throw our whole bulking body on top of you, bro. Going for the 6-6H overhead, and now we're going to bring in this to now a potentially game lead here for Fuselit if he manages to get this next round.
Vaseraga really is on the eternal rope, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. No body fat needed. Oh, just sending the fireball right on through, but finds the back throw on the stomps.
What type of whey protein do you think he takes?
He definitely takes like the normal chocolate, like optimal nutrition whey protein. He's so good off the fancy flavors. He's so good off the whip 6-6H into throw attempt, but still gonna get caught out off the scramble.
And try to throw some scrambled eggs into that diet on top of that as Synn is trying to apply some more blockchain pressure. Great Scythe Grinith coming out here with the command grab, and we got to grab right back in kind from Synn. Baits out the grab one more time, go over the DKD. Lightning setup off the ultimate, and now we're spending all of our meter, but we don't have any more BP to play with here. This is actually kind of a scary situation for both players here, as Synn is trying to now back off and try to apply some chip damage here, because 50% more damage is on the table here for Synn. He had to jump away.
Oh my god. I was going to say it's almost one touch for both players, but especially when you're up against the wall, right? Not able to get too much as far as combos. Now Synn on set point.
Oh my god. Synn looking to try to get back into grand finals here. Just needs one more round, but Fuselit's not going to give it to you that easily.
Nice, the mash on through in the armor. I like the immediate pickup off of the Battalions of Fear. Barely any health left here for Synn. Reset off the whip, Rising Slash, but now we got the Raging Chain to bring us back over to the other side.
Okay, some more fire breath to get some chip damage in the process. Just armor right on through here. Fuselit desperate to get one more point here on the board, and finally does so, stopping everything from Synn. It makes the score 1-2. Now, I don't want to curse Synn. That's something I don't want to do, but
yeah.
Is this the start of something?
The start of something new, no High School Musical, but that was so smart, right? The ultimate throw on the gap between the two hits of the EX spinning slash. So smart. Shows the character knowledge here against the Zooey, and we're going to let the throw rock once again.
Another grab, tries to go for the overhead dash attack, but Synn is catching that unawares here with the block. Puts you into the corner. Electricity forces out the Brave counter in the process. Dude, how many times are we going to get away with that?
Pick up off the ultimate Rekka once again. You got VP. You have the overhead. Finally opens you up there off the chop on the dome. And now once again, we're on set point for Synn.
Synn one round away from getting right back into grand finals. Fuselit not going to be able to give it to you once again. Has that command grab ready to rock. Going for the unique follow-up just in case Synn wanted to go for a challenge.
Ooh. All right, send out the double dragon call. I like the use of the ultimate wyvern. Make sure you're healthy on that dragon gauge. Now just gradually aggressing over onto the other side of the screen. No, gets caught up by the JL, but really no way to confirm off of it, but does find a hit off the scramble. Spend the BP for the corner carry.
Some more lightning. Good shimmy there. Can't get a punish, though, off of it. Wanted something more meaningful than that. Now Fuselit gets his escape out of jail for free card here. And is now coming right back in, doing the Rising Slash one more time out of the Savage Rampage. I love the side swap from Synn.
Yeah, the IB coming out there. No guard button required. We found the side swap. All right, one touch here for Synn. Fuselit looking for an opportunity to use an ult skill. What did we use the SSBA for? We have all the time in the world. Thought that Fuselit would go for a throw or a mash or something, but a little bit too predictive. I don't know, throwing away the round like that, Fuselit might be able to tie it back up.
Synn was definitely just trying to, like, you know what if I just do this? Because I've never done something so reckless in this set yet to end it all. And now because of that, you just kind of give away your lead. And on top of that, now you're stuck in the corner here for the final round.
Yeah, looking for the ultimate throw to, you know, catch out the reversal, but unfortunately not going to be enough. Still has to throw to try and stabilize the round, but 50% lost and even more on the way. Fuselit cashes out with a Raging Strike. You have all the health in the world. You might as well.
Okay, challenges that out, gets the SSBA, this time off of the confirm. Not going to be the most damage in the world, but it's definitely going to give you a BP back that you were so desperately gone. But now Fuselit has no BP left to play with. 50% additional damage coming out from Synn. Had no meter to get that off. Shoots you with the laser. The fire breath going to shut you down. And Synn is going to be your victor in this nail biter of a set against Fuselit. Nier coming right back out. Seeing how is he going to be able to play against the likes of Zooey. This is going to be quite the match, right? Bepaw with the Nier has to find ways to be able to try to open up Synn here with the use of Death, or with just like a really good use of her incredibly good 6XL follow-ups afterwards as well.
All right, run up for the 2L whiff right on through. Yeah, armor on the You Misfortune, not going to save you there.
Oh, the crouching medium to pop you up back into the air. Corner pressure, fatal waltz. Uses the brave counter to delete Death there for a quick little second. I'm pretty sure that was a Raging Strike coming out from Bepaw, by the way.
Yeah, right. Trying to be a little crazy with it, but does find the hit here off of the Death Claws. That's round number 1.
Yeah, Bepaw running up and getting that lightning, trying to bait out a grab. It looks like it was going to be a brave counter instead, which is why we saw a little bit of that starting animation towards the Raging Strike. Okay, a lot of hot potato here with the character. Bepaw doing a fantastic job of just shutting down Synn at all these approaches. Going to spend it all on the Raging Strike. Doesn't even need the third one to shut down that first game in this race to 3. Bepaw off to a dominant start.
Yeah, and race to 3 is definitely accurate, right? You know, speed running those first 2 rounds. I wonder how Synn is going to be able to stabilize it going into round number 2, or game number 2 rather.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, like their earlier sets in winter semis was a 2-0, and it was a pretty dominant on top of that. So Bepaw definitely showing that they are a complete control for against the likes of Synn. So Synn's gonna have to try to figure something out in this matchup, because right now things are just not working.
Yeah, tried to go for the rebuy on pressure there, right? Far L into the 6XL to dash up for some more plus frames, but the 2M is going to cash out on so much, especially when Bepaw has the 100 behind it. So now, you know, we're waiting for some meter to come back up. We eat the SSBA. It's a lot of damage. Yeah. But, you know, the next 6XL or any light confirm for Bepaw should be able to kill as well.
Now we still got 3 hearts on the table. Just goes for the simple spot dodge grab. Chip is now on the table, and there it is.
Yeah, Death goes for the vacuum, puts you in that awkward strike throw territory, and Bepaw puts another round on the board.
Now Love Reverse going to be able to drag you right back into it. There's that round start jump that we've been talking about all tournament today. This time around, Synn was able to get a decent chunk of damage, even getting a Raging Strike right afterwards to be able to put you into the corner and keep that damage going. Already less than half health for Bepaw.
Go Death turn through. We're going to do ultimate Death Grip. So spaced out, right? You're trying to, you know, look for the 2L, look for the 5L to counter hit something on the startup, but instead Death's still on the screen and your HP is the only thing missing.
Oh my god, Bepaw actually punished the Brave counter. Like, the Brave counter came out, hit Death, and because Bepaw jumped over Synn and was able to get a punish on it.
The absolute escape, the early jump over for the full confirm, and Bepaw running it down to try and make it the quickest 3-0 we've seen. Synn, how can we hold on?
Dude, so I've seen a lot of Niers in my day of like casting this game and playing against them, right? But Bepaw's Nier is so like crazy. Like, I feel like they're always just going for some really unorthodox setups, especially when you're up close in personal against them. With that setup with the Brave counter and the jump cross overhead, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I think Bepaw likes to, you know, really value some of these quirkier setups, right? You know, if we look at another example of a Nier, right, we think of Zippy, someone who is fine spending a lot of resources, keeping things relatively straightforward, and cashing out for a 2.5 touch kind of game. Bepaw likes to try and keep you on your toes a little bit, sometimes ends the combos a little early, runs up to do something a little bit, you know, risky, but something you haven't seen in the rest of the set. And now, off the -8, I wonder if we needed the Death to enhance that normal to get a full punish. Either way, off the scramble, now you're back up against the wall.
Ooh, good confirm coming out from Synn, and not gonna be able to get the cutscene because we're too far away. That would have been able to send off that round too. Synn struggling to find this ending.
Spaced out punish, scary off the 2-2U, or 2-2X rather. But either way, 5H puts Bepaw on set point, tournament point.
Death reverse dragging Synn ever so closer towards the losing side. Synn not even getting a single point just yet here on the scoreboard. Has to get something going, cooking here, right now. Bepaw jumping up and down over and over with that jumping light in neutral. Trying to call out like Synn dashing in after the dragon or something.
I like the use of the beam. I like the use of the UDP, taking control of this guys here off of the high-low.
Yeah, 6-6L follow-up from the far light to be able to get stuff cooking here. Fatal Waltz to start off the damage, and that is gonna be it. Synn going down with the second place as Bepaw takes the tournament 3-0 in the finale and is your TNS 15 champion for Granblue Fantasy versus Rising.